I
Not your
said,
bro.
young man. Anyway, hi everybody. Oh god, it has been a little bit, but it's good to be back. And welcome back to Simple Path. We left off on a little bit of a cliffhanger. We got a couple people absent for today, but that is the holiday season for you. Flu is hitting everybody like a truck. It's part of the reason why we've been off the air for a little bit. On top of the fact that life's general pressures become unignorable at a certain point. And they don't always line up nice and neatly so that everybody gets hit with it at the same time in the same week. So,
Mhm.
that said though, 5 out of 7 isn't bad. Here we are once again, maybe getting torn to pieces. Last we left off, Chico was coming face to face with the consequences of other people's actions. Namely, in that she's come face to face with some of the bounty hunters that are after her, in the form of a crew of what seems to be people from the Titan's Arm, headed by one rather large and imposing Oni, who seems to have realized that Chico smells ever so faintly of fox. Weapons have not been drawn yet, but he is looking at Chico with suspicion.
So, can we get a quick recap on during this confrontation where everyone is? So Chico's there, obviously.
Chico's there.
Who's
So is
with
Siren.
Chico? And
Siren,
right.
Chico, Vark, and Flick are on the gangway that would lead to the boats. Mallory,
Meaning-
Kanabos, and Karya are on the ship. Meaning that you are a decent distance away from the boat. You are where the paths would diverge so that you would then go off in the different directions to the different tiers where the boats are docked.
Can I get a range, like a number range? Just it doesn't have to be exact. Like
I
At
would
least-
say
we
if
say
you
at
want like
least 100
as the
feet?
crow flies to your ship, would be a couple hundred feet.
okay, yeah, so that's far. Yeah, quite far.
Do we see Schultz anywhere? Or is he like just on the ship?
I mean, usually you can see him circling the ship.
Okay.
Yep. Flick, for his part, has his hand on the hilt of his rapier. He's he's getting ready just in case.
Yeah, Siren is still holding or has a prepared dismissal in case this fellow who's confronting Chico makes a move to do anything more. And
See.
so I'm just waiting on his reaction. Because that will determine the subsequent steps.
So my question is,
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, what's the turnover event that you want to happen, or something like that?
Well, it depends on what people want to do. Flick's ready to start a fight. Siren's ready to try and shunt somebody to another dimension. Vark, who's not present here, I assume is also probably ready to draw if need be. What would Chico be itching to do now that her cover is being called into question?
Slight correction. Flick's not necessarily planning on starting the fight. He is planning on defending Chico, but he ain't starting this fight.
Fair enough. Hands on the hilt, though.
Yeah.
If I had to say, what? Chico's probably not prepared to spell because that's a little on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I need to make sure. I forget because it's been what was it?
Yeah, finalize that fantasy grounds thing.
Using it today, are we? I just thought about that.
No, we're not using it today. I still need to finalize it.
No, you're all good. I just thought I was like, oh shit, I'm on the wrong thing.
No. No, it's something I need to put a little more time. Also, I need to get all you guys together in a session at some point where you guys can finish your sheets on it.
What's it called? When something is listed as a there's like EX and there's SP and SU.
Mm-hmm.
What are those again, real quick?
EX is extraordinary, so it's a natural ability, but one that can accomplish something that others would not normally be able to do. This could be something like a Manticore Stinger. SU is a supernatural ability, like a ghost's ability to go intangible. And then there's SP, which is spell-like ability, which just straight up replicates a spell through magical means.
Okay, so I had SP and SU kind of mixed up. Doesn't really matter, I guess, in this case, but I guess I'm holding a special power, or what it was.
Mhm. Supernatural power?
Supernatural power, that's it. Which would be my elemental blast. Not using it, holding it. If you want to represent it by something, maybe a little crackle here and there.
I would say, yeah, it'll look like your fur is standing on end. Your fur is standing on end.
Hair.
Or hair, in this case. Your hair is standing on end. Maybe a couple snaps of static jumping between fibers.
Yeah, that sounds about fair in here. And I guess at this point, Chaika will kind of start goading a little bit, goading the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And she would probably say something like, "Are you hitting on me? I've been called a wet. I've been told I smell like a wet dog. Is that a fox? Is this some sort of?"
He starts to turn as you begin kind of glibly trying to deflect. He says, No, I'm not here for the bullshit. The only reason I would think, because I know Kitsune are a crafty bunch. I never held that against them. But the only reason I can imagine someone stinking of wet fox trying to hide their identity all the way out here, doing that would be as if, maybe they're hiding something. And I know we've all got our secrets, As he's kind of fully turned around now, hand not going to his kanabo, but one of his hand off to his left is kind of flexing. You hear the knuckles audibly pop. And as it just so happens, I'm chasing some good-for-nothing, mass-murdering fox on the run. Now, you wouldn't happen to know anything about where she is, would you?
Upon hearing that, upon hearing what he said, she would feel a drop in her chest, but not show anything. But kind of, in her response would be, "Mass murdering fox, or Kitsune, sorry. Can't say I know any. Don't really see them around."
Nah, not really a common sight, are they? No, that's okay. I don't know if your friends here know what you are, or if they don't and you've been lying to them like you just tried lying to me, but I see you for what you are. Monster. I'll see you somewhere else. He turns. You see a poke of one of his tusks poking up from between his lips. The glare in his eye as he turns away from you is nothing short of murderous. he doesn't start a fight right there. Though you can definitely tell by the way that his tendons and his veins are protruding from underneath his bark-like skin. That he, more than anything, would love to right now. But clearly there is something stopping him from just starting a fight here and now. He seems to almost have to tear himself away from the opportunity. Before then, with very long and very heavy strides, making his way towards his ship.
Once he's out of earshot, Flick will loosen his hand from his hilt and just kind of mutter aloud to his friends within the immediate vicinity. Yeah, good on him. Don't want any bloodshed here.
The static will
agree.
drop. The static will drop from Chico. She'll let out a sigh and go, I. Since when did wanting provide her what? She's tripping over her words. That's just
Yeah, righto.
Siren just puts a hand on Chico's shoulder and goes, we really need to figure that out, don't we? I mean, we trust you. We know that you didn't do anything, but it seems that other people don't believe that.
Chico will. Yeah, we'll see.
I'll save the questions for later, but for now, yep. You have a good point. We should probably start getting underway.
Yeah, we shouldn't
First.
linger.
Yeah, but first, Flick looks to the headpiece that he's brought up from from down below. Yeah, I'll stroke his chin for a bit and say, kind of wonder if we should mount this on at some point. Or if we should save that
you're talking
for
about
another time.
you're talking about the
Yeah.
the figurehead for the ship.
Yeah, the figurehead.
Oh yeah, that thing. Which, by the way, is now mounted at it's up on the end of the dock, it's sitting there, and it's just been kind of set there, still dripping with seawater. This big, this big idol of a woman, with sword in hand outstretched.
Definitely gonna bring that on board. Go figure something out about that. And I presume, about at this point, Flick's probably put out the call to bring everybody back to the ship.
Yep. Oh, and on top of which,
Yeah.
There will be, what was it? You're still expecting one delivery, but there is one other thing. As it is now towards the evening, as you get back to the ship, Adelia will approach you, Flick, being the man in charge here while boats are involved.
Mm-hmm.
She'll approach and go, Captain.
Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back to
How
the
was
ship.
it?
Welcome back to the ship. There has been a delivery. Two, as a matter of fact, through different points in the day. One of which, supposedly, is, I have been told, a object of sentimental value to you. It is sitting there at the end of the dock. What do you want to do with it?
Likely going to bring that on board. Got
Okay.
plans to possibly fix it to the front.
Ah, I see. Well, the ship has a
Probably
figurehead,
not
but-
just. Yeah, probably not just yet, because we do need to get underway soon.
That may present a slight issue, as I have also gotten a separate invoice for another delivery we are expecting by tomorrow.
Oh, right, the other one. Bloody hell. Yeah.
Yes, well, it is an invoice for a selection of spell formulae.
That should be for me.
Yes, the invoice has been set. It's apparently already been paid in full, so we only need for the product to be delivered. No, we also got a crate of raiment. One that is made out in Karya's name in this case. Came with a note as well, in case you want to read that. It's down in the quarter hold, down with the rest of the supplies. We made sure to inspect it for anything suspicious, of course. I've also taken the liberty of hiring some fresh blood to refill the ranks of ones we lost in the attack, as well as to replace the traitors that we ended up finding.
Thank goodness.
Thankfully, hopefully, the more free-spirited individuals here within Haven, much as I am loath to work with some of them, are much less likely to be working alongside Aerodyne, unless, of course, their souls have been bought with money, but in which case we can deal with them in due time.
Don't worry, just pay him more money.
That's the benefit of mercenaries.
Yeah,
If you offer them a better deal, often they will simply cave. Of course, there's the question of having no values, no greater purpose to fight for, and the greater burden upon one's soul for that. But that is their try to deal with. For us, it is beneficial in the short term, at the very least.
Listen, younger me would have absolutely taken the opportunity. Granted, that was back when my morals were a bit more skewed.
And as you have told me in the past, younger you was reckless, stupid, and very prone to bad situations. So,
listen, it was fun. Can you blame me?
she's like she
Look,
takes
man
it.
Man like me can live. Can like me?
You
man
see
like
her
me can live a
visibly.
lively life.
You see her visibly bite back something she was going to say. My purpose
man,
here
cut
on the
us some
ship is not to
slack.
judge,
Trying.
it is simply to counsel. I counsel you that having free-spirited individuals can be both beneficial and a burden. They tend to not stick to it when a particular task needs doing, as they tend to go off and do their own thing. Which is why having a few reliable individuals is always good. We have that. Don't have to worry about that. Limit of what
A
I will
little
say.
bit of personal initiative never hurt anyone. I mean, granted, I might have to rein them in every now and then, but still, could be beneficial.
You're the captain. Alright then.
Either way, let's either way, let's bring what we need. Let's bring what we've got so far onto the ship.
On inspection and going through the manifest or the invoice, the clothing is a selection of hot weather gear. I understand that is probably for the best if you're going through Fire Grove. I have heard I have heard some mixed things, or rather not mixed things, from the people here about passing through such an area. Mostly stories. Not many people make the journey. It is inhospitable. But
Yeah,
also
so it goes.
some fresh clothing, sets of and spare sets for Karya. I did speak to him when he got back. I'm glad to see he's changed his wardrobe to something more than just the single outfit he had before. And in fact, he looks quite dapper when he cleans up and he washes his clothing. Glad to see that my future king is one who can present
Give
himself.
him some credit too. He's trying as well.
Oh yes, he's trying very hard. He also tries my patience sometimes, but yes. Good, very good then. I will get the. It just struck me just now. You said we had to be underway soon. Why is that? We'll
Well-
never say that when it's just
Oh.
we are on a tight itinerary, because we always get distracted and there's always something else that needs to be doing. Why did you say that?
Well, slight correction, I suppose. Soon, as in sooner rather than later, I suppose. Not necessarily right now, but
Okay, that's fine. You never say that when it's just we need to be underway. It's usually because, oh no, something is attacking us.
Yeah, no, it's not that anything's attacking us. It's just that had some suspicious folk come by.
Anybody I should keep an eye out for?
Oni.
Folks in the Titans Oni.
Only. Oh. I see.
Real grumpy looking sort.
Trying to remember if I know anything about Oni. You didn't challenge one to a duel, did you?
No. I mean, we're
You-
certainly fixing to start something.
Did you steal their food or their liquor?
Flick kind of turns over to Chico, says, "It's a long story."
Ah, I see. Oh, very well then.
One that I do not fear recounting, as it is not my business.
Perhaps better done at a proper meeting of sorts. Spare us repeating it too many times. Very well then. I will speak to the crew. We will be ready for departure tomorrow, as soon as all the affairs we have are in order.
And and about that the figurehead.
Yes.
Would it be possible to perhaps in the early morning get that fixed to the front of the ship?
Well, I myself am no shipwright, but we have a fair few experienced sailors here on the ship, and also some very good shipwrights here within Haven. So, if nothing else, for the right amount of money, I'm sure we can have that accomplished within an hour.
Yeah, either way, could probably pull some strings or something. But either way, I feel like I want to make good use of it.
We don't have many connections here within Haven, so unfortunately, the amount of strings, unless you know anybody in particular, the only strings we can really pull would be throw more money at it.
Yeah, something like.
Thankfully,
I think it's something.
we seem to have a decent budget at the moment, though unless we get fresh money in soon, we will be running rather tight.
Like I said, I think of something.
Sure, we will. We've always improvised, and we've always managed to do so. Well, you have always managed to do so well enough until this point. Simply now the fact that we are not just, well, you are not just a group of roving travelers. This is now an organization. There's a full ship, people that are now following, and they must be tended to. The ship must be tended to, maintenance and all other such things. I'm here to take the burden off of you as much as possible, but these things require dedication and also a decent helping of money. I feel it's only right to remind you. Now then, I think, bothered you enough with things like this. You just got back off of the shore. I leave you. I have a few things I need to see to, and a fair few of the crew to speak to.
Understood.
I bid you well for the night, Captain. I will go about my duties.
And you as well.
And she will give you a bow and then turn around, about face, and march off down into the deeper parts of the ship.
Paperwork. How are you feeling, Chico, after all this?
You know, I'll be real. It's not feeling great, but definitely felt worse.
Don't blame you. I felt it looked awfully angry though.
He did.
And just the look in his eye, you know.
Yeah,
That wasn't the look of being hungry for money. That wasn't the look of aggression. That was the look of hate.
We're definitely gonna have to have a chat about this at some point.
I say the sooner the better. And until that sorted out, I do not be alone. Ever.
Rhoda then.
Slow pans towards our own. How tall was the Oni? 6 feet, 7 foot, or is it 8 feet?
8 feet.
Looks towards our own 8 feet Karya.
I'm not 8 foot tall anymore.
He's about 7. Now more like 6'8", I would say. Still definitely on the taller side. But he's
Yeah,
not...
he's 6'4" now. He's
Six-
shrunk quite a bit.
Oh yeah, 6'4".
Because
no,
he was only ever 7 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So he lost about
Uh,
8 inches.
4'10".
oh damn.
Yeah, so he's only now freakishly tall for a human, not freakishly tall for literally every other humanoid. So yes, statuesque, but doesn't quite match up to the Oni, who, by the way, looked in parts. I think I need to re-describe. Had rust red skin with a pattern not unlike oak bark. Horns and tusks that look to be made of either gnarled wood or, if, in the case of his tusks especially, resemble solidified amber. Muscles that ripple with every movement. Eyes like river glass, and a sharp blackened claws instead of nails. Standing at roughly a solid 8'4". So yeah. That said, if anyone would actually like now in retrospect to actually try any sort of knowledge check to remember what an Oni is, because I'm fairly sure Chaiko would probably know, unless of course she lacks the skill for it. Chaiko would know that at the very least Oni are endemic to the Titan's Arm, though there is some scuttlebutt that at some point they weren't.
I see. Yeah, Shaiko will do a knowledge check.
Okay.
More so, see if I could recognize them more specifically, I guess.
Okay. So not trying to figure out what
Well-
Oni are. Oh, nice. So what skill would that be, would you say?
Something. All my knowledges are the same, so I
It's
guess.
still important what you frame it
Yeah, I
as,
know.
what type of information you're trying to
Yeah.
think about. You could do history, you could do ability, you could do local.
Local would probably be the best. I was gonna say somewhere between history and local.
I think local, if you're thinking about these guys in particular,
Yeah.
because okay, with a nat 20 plus 10 is totaling up for 30. Searching your memory, you actually remember hearing stories about this guy and his mercenary band in particular. It's actually not too uncommon for some Oni to strike out as adventurers, mercenaries, especially in their younger years. He seems a little bit on the older side, especially given his size. Which is a little bit unorthodox, but he's a red Oni. And despite the red coloring to their skin, they tend to be on the more relaxed side into their older years. They are aligned with the element of wood, and as such, as they grow older, they tend to slow down, become more thoughtful, and gain a good deal more wisdom as they age. This can, of course, varies on an individual basis, but this guy is he seems especially fiery. Given the patches of armor on him, his demeanor, the insignia on his pauldron, you're fairly sure you've seen that mark before. Namely that being of an Oni mask with a wreath of branches around it. There are companies of mercenaries that have Oni, and one that was particularly famous back home was one run by a rather rather famous Red Oni heading his own company, who was well known for both being rash and reckless, but also taking on some of the most dangerous jobs and having the most, I want to say, forthright sense of justice. That he has this particular Oni run mercenary company was known for, depending on who you asked, either having a tendency for being rather self-righteous, or having a strong sense of justice that led him to taking on some of the more intimidating bounty targets that other mercenary companies would renege on because it was too risky. In particular, they're known for being one of the few merc companies that successfully committed a boarding action on a dwarvish ship, hunted down and dragged back a vampire that had fled his obligations within Mordon, and had even at one point clashed with the Beast of Nomaria. Didn't kill him, but managed to liberate and then extradite a holding of his, which now sits empty and unoccupied thanks to their efforts. So for some, and for many who have been assisted by, and in some cases they went above and beyond for them, and this is in the many stories that are sung of their heroic, their brave efforts back home, some of which they brought back themselves, some which travel back organically, especially for the people who they go above and beyond for, beyond the call of money. They are heralded as being probably one of the more heroic mercenary bands to come out of the Titan's Arm, if not in general. They are also known for being exceedingly lethal and stone-headedly brave.
I am so screwed.
Listen, you're not, okay? I have a spell that will help with investigating your situation. The only problem is we need your dad's body. Which
You see
don't-
the slowest
I
of
didn't say that in
turns.
character. I didn't say that in
Oh.
character.
Oh,
Good,
Well, if I were
good,
to say it
because
in
she probably would have
character, I
zapped you for that.
Yeah, if I
You
said
pro-
it
you-
as
you
Tyrion,
would've-
I
you
said
would've
it a lot
taste-
nicer.
you would have felt what 96 feels like.
Yeah. If I say it in character, it'd be like, so we have to investigate why you've been framed by who. I have something that would help with that, but in order for it to work, we need to find where your father has been placed. Where he's resting.
I mean, at least something.
Yes.
Not
But,
like the invitation.
It's a very helpful, useful spell, but it requires me to place a hand on the past, and it will reveal who was the one to terminate them. Well, more specifically, it turns their hand red, but I guess we wouldn't know who that is or see their red hand unless we met them. But it would help to point them out when we see them, provided they're not wearing gloves.
Naturally red.
Really red hand. It's literally called Red Hand of the Killer. Very specific spell.
It's
very
the
useful.
it's just the
But that, get that spell in a murder mystery.
it's the fuck your murder mystery spell.
Yeah. But we have to see them
Mhm.
to see, be like, oh hey, that guy over there has a suspiciously red hand.
No, I just touched iodine. Anyway,
No, sorry, that's just with 40.
Yes. Yes, Chaco, to your best knowledge, this guy is somewhat famous,
Dangerous.
dangerous and famous, and by some considered by some to be a heroic mercenary hailing from the Titan's Arm. It's probably unlikely that he's working in conjunction with Aerodyne. Which then would also call into question, what about the samurai armor that was found aboard the Aerodyne spy ship? So suspicions point to you potentially having more than just these guys hunting after you. But these are the ones that are immediately in your vicinity. So yes.
I see.
Also, yes, I saw what Siren said. She's going to be giving the ship a once over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after that encounter.
Hmm.
Wait, I just realized. If I cast that spell and the killer is a red Oni, what are we gonna do?
That's a good point.
They're red already.
Well, I assume it makes it look like blood. At least Onis are like rust red.
Ah,
At least the red Onis are.
that's true.
The younger ones tend to be brighter in pigmentation, so if it's like a child red Oni, then you really have no chance. But in that case, you have a problem of having a child murderer on your hands. That's a very different issue in itself. All that aside. Okay. Siren's going to BRB for a bit. All right. With that little encounter having been dealt with, questions becomes, what do you intend to do next? Do you wish to just retreat into the ship for a time? Do you wish to coordinate, plan something, tell everybody on the ship that you're being hunted like criminals?
I personally would like to gather the gang and fill them in, and then a group meeting, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay. Putting the word out. Individuals on the ship. I'll say Vark is probably hiding himself in the way in the corner somewhere, and Kanabos would come, but he'd probably have his face buried in a book of some kind. But like Karya and Mallory, you'd be poked by a couple of people from the crew saying that a meeting has been called.
Should attend. And so we do.
You guys are gathered. I'm going to say probably one of the side rooms With plenty of rooms below deck, most of them are occupied and are, have a purpose now that you have a full crew on the ship. It's not hard to find like a quarter hold where you guys can just sit and talk for a bit. Combined with the fact that you have spells that help insulate against eavesdropping, you can, without much issue, set up a safe zone to speak in.
Lovely.
Just checking. Kari, you heard me. Mallory?
Yeah, it was a little. Sorry, one second.
Lane? If you're speaking, I cannot hear you. Troubling.
Uh-oh. Well, for sake of what's the word? For the sake of moving along, I guess. I don't know. I'll just kind of say,
I suppose.
yeah, taking brevity. I'll just go, gang. Consimoni, they're after me. I'm two buddy system for me only. All the real the point on a drive home. I'm sticking around my folks. I know. I'm being hunted. There's only on this island that are after me. SOS.
We'll just say it's not just Oni. They have more to their mercenary company than just that. But the guy running it is an Oni.
Ah, okay.
You guys have been made appraised of the fact that a mercenary company is here on the island, and they want Shaiko's number, and not in the fun way.
Yeah.
Well, do they know that we know that you are a kitsune?
Do they know that you guys know? Hard to say.
I would say they maybe suspect, or they maybe guess that we might know, but I doubt it.
Yeah, because personally, from what what I heard with thank you GM's dialogue, he doesn't have a very high opinion of Chaiko, so he wouldn't put it past her to deceive us. So what if, and get this, I have a bottle of cologne. We just cover up that scent of fox with some of that, and then say, oh, we discovered that the person that they were looking for was a kitsune, or that they were looking for was a kitsune, posed as our friend, and made off once we discovered it. After they pointed it out. And then our actual, I don't know, it's getting convoluted.
I was about to say, I think I believe I see where you're going with it. We're gonna have to be very convincing about it, though.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really good at lying.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm really good at lying. It's a hell of a line.
I could probably help with that as well. I'm also fairly good at lying.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what's gonna
Deep
happen.
Lickers, guys, I'm a career criminal. Wow, you too?
Guys, you won't believe it. Me 3.
Dude,
But
we need to like make up a freaking scam troop or something.
scam true.
Fucking going from a
Oh
heroic
my god,
band
please.
to a traveling troupe.
That's how we make money. We scam people.
Oh, good.
Or make fake winning lottery tickets, make other people think that they discovered it. Go through the experience of winning the lottery with them
Oh,
and then
okay,
leave them,
Voltaire.
but they offer us half of it.
Yeah, sure thing, Voltaire.
This person's scary.
So yes,
But no, but if anything, Chaika will probably say is in response to do they know if you guys know, they probably don't care if you know or don't. They ever catch you alone, probably try to tell you a lot of things. That's probably what's gonna suspect.
Probably best to keep an eye out for them. I've got that early morning business to take care of with the figurehead, but regardless.
okay, man. The news has been passed around. Unless you guys have other things you wish to see to, I'm going to assume that's the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm good there. Everyone else?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, probably might just start loading some of the. Yeah. I mean, I already put out the request to put some stuff on board the ship, but that's beside the point.
Well,
Or
moving
forget
with the
it's a
front
given.
will happen regardless.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to keep watch a majority of the night.
All right. You will notice that Adelia has doubled the guard that will be standing up on the top deck as well. More lookouts up on the top, unless of course you wish to be up there alone. Yeah. So you're gonna have people up in the rigging, in the crow's nest, and all along the top deck, keeping a eagle eye out for anybody trying anything.
Yeah, Flick would definitely stress to some of the crew to keep an eye out just in case. Yeah, especially to the sober ones.
Good point, actually. People on Haven, like people on shore leaving Haven, of all things. I actually have a few crew members who got more slosh than they should have.
Yeah. He'll stress to the sober ones to keep up tight security.
And the drunk ones to throw a bucket of water over their heads and go to sleep.
Yeah. He just sends the drunk ones to bed.
Yeah, they get an unceremonious hose down with a bucket of cold seawater. Right.
Put him in the scupper with a hose pipe on him.
Excellent. I assume June is still busy with the Babu. Okay. All right. The night goes without much issue. Flick, when do you go to bed?
Flick's actually probably gonna stay up for a little while longer. Just to help with like the coordinating of security, just in case some of the guys on watch are still a little tipsy.
When you wake up, there's an origami crane folded, sitting on your bedside table in the captain's office.
Well, shit.
See, that is the direct threat. We have the right to go to their doorstep.
Now, we don't know who sent the origami crane.
Okay, where is this? Where is this from? The only other people who would be able to make this are either you or the people who came from that mercenary crew.
So, Flick, as someone who probably isn't immediately familiar with what origami is, it is still obviously finely, like, intricately folded pieces or a piece of paper in the shape of some sort of bird. So you wake up and it's sitting there directly in front of your face. It was not there on your bedside table the night before.
I figured.
What do you do?
Well, Flick is going to take the origami, inspect it a bit, and he's going to go and look for Trico.
Okay, inspect it. Inspect it how?
Just have like a once over. Just have a look at it.
Okay. One thing that does stand out to you is underneath some of the folds is what looks to be ink.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll go ahead and unfold it.
Okay. In what looks to be striking brush strokes, not even a pen, brush. In writing that is clearly more used to writing in a different style, not just language, but different style and lettering. The strokes are still bold and quick, though. The letter simply in quick, jagged letters spells out, "I'd like to talk in private." Then underneath it is what looks to be the loose depiction of a storefront, one which involves enough detail to be able to see it just from the front. You recognize it as being the tavern that you, Kanabos, and Vark hit up, along with along with Siren and Mallory at one point before they fucked off to the beach. You recognize that in front.
Okay, good. I was a little nervous for a moment. Okay, so he will not go to Chico. But he will go around to the rest of the party, and I would like to inform the others of the letter. And as I inform everyone of the letter, Flick will say, obviously keep an eye on the ship, but also keep an ear to the ground just in case. Not saying anything bad's gonna happen, just, well, you know the Oni folk.
And who's going to be charged while you're gone? Karya?
No,
Probably.
I'm coming. Actually, yeah, probably.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
no, that makes way more sense. I can probably keep him away from the ship. So I'll just stay.
Yeah. This seems like they specifically want to speak to me, in private.
But what would they? Why?
Only one way to find out.
Would you not want any one of us to tag along, stalk you in the shadows? Not like I'm worried about you or anything, but this is
Baka.
suspicious.
Not like I'm worried about you or anything.
I mean, one of you probably could.
Would work.
Here. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, my
They'll
ear.
never see it.
Cartoonishly tiptoeing from behind palm tree to behind another palm tree.
just hiding behind the lamp,
buildings.
yeah,
Like,
hiding
they'll
behind a
never see-
lamp post.
At this point, he's huge size, so he's just like, they won't see me outside of this little tavern. No.
What is suspicious? What is
My ear holding
suspiciously
two twigs in front of
shaped
himself.
dragon? What is
I'll never
this
see it.
shaped dragon shape?
I am just a palm tree.
Just holds a couple of fronds in front of him.
Yeah, just no, he'll never see.
I'm a bush. You
I'm a
can't
bush,
see me. I'm a bush.
I'm a bush.
Huh.
Good enough to trick AI. But yes, you can probably count on Vark just kind of blending into the shadows if you really want to rely on that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. he just stands in like the shadows of like a doorway.
Yeah.
He just stands in the corner and takes notes.
I mean, isn't he like able to meld into the shadows? I thought
Quite
that was
literally.
something that he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally do that now.
And the East don't know about that sort of magics. This is a Western thing.
Yeah. Totally.
The
Yeah, totally.
Western thing, that's a different plane of existence thing.
Yeah.
He's-
Like the West.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
yeah,
Vive la
like
France.
the West.
It's a Western
Ugh.
thing, being made of literal shadow stuff. That's a Western thing.
It's an American thing. You wouldn't understand.
They wouldn't get it.
Yeah. They
You
really
guys
wouldn't.
get it. We take 4-hour
Wouldn't
drives
get-
just to
we-
visit family. We take long road trips. We get drinks the size of your head, and we blend the shadows seamlessly.
Yes,
We
we
also
are
make
actually made
that
of
is either
shadows.
flavorless or
Slow.
way too sweet. I do not understand why.
Slowly fading in the darkness, and I'll let the archangels take him.
Okay, stop. This is right there. We're gonna devolve into Dracula flow. Can't let that happen.
But yes, so you intend to go meet this mystery person. When do you intend to set out? Crack of dawn?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll get the figurehead work started
Okay. Yeah.
as best he can.
You start off, you talk to
Right.
the harbor master. He's able to get you in contact with somebody
Yeah.
that can mount the figurehead. He says it'll probably take the better part of the beginning of the day, because as it turns out, mounting a figurehead requires replacing a few beams that it would be attached to, not just nailing it there, because otherwise it would fall off mid-trip
Yeah.
more than likely, or in a strong storm.
But yeah. Regardless.
It gives you a fair few hours to get whatever you need to get done before you guys head out of port.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Something to occupy the start of the day.
You also get, as it turns out, 4 very enthusiastic workers helping out with mounting the figurehead in the form of 4 turtles.
Excellent.
Ah, nice.
the 4 turtles we saw before.
Yes.
No, you racist.
As a matter of fact,
Okay, okay,
it's his 4 nephews. So yes. Yes. So you go off to respond to this
Yeah.
anonymous caller.
Yeah.
With I more or less assumed to have Vark somewhere hidden in the shadows, literally shadowing you. You trace your steps back to the bar where you had that very pleasant drink until Karia walked by naked. And now with the orange hue of the rising sun on the horizon and the island very slowly, sluggishly waking up, The bar itself is closed for the moment, but inside you do see that self-same hobgoblin from before. Just starting to get things opened up. He's he's taking tables, like chairs off the tables, turning them over, getting cups out. You saw as you were coming up, you saw him dragging a fresh barrel of water over. Just as he gets the first few chairs off the tables, he spots you and goes, "I think I recognize you."
G'day, mate. Yeah, I was here yesterday, I believe.
Oh. Not often does fresh faces stick around for very long. I'd probably remember you if you actually started trouble, so that's probably for the best.
Well, you know, thankfully it wasn't me starting trouble yesterday, but that's beside the point.
I will take it every time. Come on in. Have a seat. Just starting to get opened up. If you want anything besides a drink of water or some juice or something, you'll have to wait a bit. There's no such thing as not drinking hours here in Haven, but we still have limits. Namely, when I start my
no
shift,
worries.
I will, please.
No worries. Not planning on getting any alcohol in my system just yet.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. All right, make yourself comfy. I'll get you a cup of water or something.
Appreciate it, mate.
Yeah, consider it a service.
No, he'll take a seat actually about the same table he was before.
Right next to the window. Lovely.
Yeah.
Consider it a service for folks that behave. So,
Yeah, and this time he'll have his hat off and his harnessed arm concealed by his cloak.
Okay. The hat, you say hat off, is going to be like on the table, hanging off the chair to the side.
Off the chair.
Okay. You sit there for the better part of another 20, 30 minutes. You get some what look to be early regulars coming in. You get people who kind of like kicking the saloon doors in, going, "Hey!" There's other people like it was like way too loud for way too early. You got people who just kind of come in, obviously haven't had their morning face melting liquor. Because apparently they can't wake up without their rot gut. You got like obviously
Breakfast of champions.
Yeah, among the population of Haven, it is unsurprising that there is a significant chunk which are professional alcoholics. So
yeah, again, breakfast of champions.
Yep, exactly. You get him coming in. He's just immediately serving the mugs of grog. All the chairs are on the floor now. You got yourself a fresh cup of water. Whenever you empty it, not immediately, but he often comes by with like a mug that he'll top yours up with.
He'll probably ask for like a thing of juice after a couple glasses of water.
He'll happily oblige. He'll give you a refreshing kind of not really thick, but definitely nectary juice that you recognize as being something from up.
Excellent.
It definitely seems like this hobgoblin in particular doesn't just have an affinity for alcohol. He really likes his exotic fruits. You see a couple of turtles come in. You recognize one, what looks to be a fear bowl. Immediately gets a game of knuckle bones going in the corner of the saloon. He starts off warming up by himself. After a while, a dwarf and what looks to be a couple humans come in. They join him. They all have their own mugs of grog to go along with the dice game. Eventually, the saloon itself starts to fill out. You see what looks even to be a couple of families come in. A young woman. What you think might be an Undine of some sort. She's otherwise just kind of like comes in, gets a drink, sits down. You see what looks to be a lanky-looking elf of what you think might be Titan's arm descent. Long, luscious, black hair. He takes his own seat, not too far away from you. as the sun actually starts to come up over like higher into the sky, you've got a couple of what look to be men. What you think is a half elf and an oni dressed in samurai armor. That armor that got Chaiko so nervous when she saw it on the floor of the quarters. They sit down somewhere. They'll pay you even half a mind. It might be of some relation to that crew, to that mercenary from before. Maybe not. Hard to tell.
He'll keep an inconspicuous eye on them, just in case.
As you do, another 5-10 minutes wear on. As you spare an occasional glance, eventually a cup is very gently placed on the table next to your mug. A chair gets pulled back, and in front of you, standing next to the table, taking a seat, is the Undine girl. She takes a very careful seat, easing herself into the chair, takes a deep breath, faces you, and says, "Thank you for accepting my invitation."
Good, eh?
Good day to you. The woman in particular, she's got Undine are like Siren, plain touched, as it's called, or those who are of elemental heritage, where Siren is descended from a creature of air and lightning. Undine are creatures descended from the plane of water, the ocean, and other things related thereto. Her appearance is less a being of pure flowing water, and more something more Pescan in origin, or at least something oceanic.
Fish-like, yeah.
Her skin is smooth, almost glossy, kind of resembling something you've seen on whales or dolphins. Her hair does look almost kind of long, thin, glossy. In some parts, especially towards the ends where it gets wavy at the end, looking almost like seaweed. But almost constantly looking just ever so slightly damp. The skin between her fingers is pronouncedly webbed. And while she doesn't have gills, she does have what, upon looking her in the eyes, which are primarily black, 2 sets of eyelids. She folds her fingers in front of her on the table and says, "I know this must be unwelcome. Especially after
wouldn't necessarily say. Oh, sorry.
I wish that were the case, but after your encounter with my captain yesterday, I felt this was necessary, even if it was admittedly very at risk of going wrong. I wish to speak with you on the matter of one of the people aboard your ship. I'm fairly certain you know who I am referring to."
At that, Flick will place both of his arms upon the table, like cross them on the table. Kind of scoot a little closer to it, and he'll say, "Before I say anything, want a bit of assurance that we're doing this securely." He said he wanted to speak privately.
Yes.
Yeah, don't want any prying eyes or ears.
Indeed. That's why I brought us to a public location. Both for the sake that we can both be sure that if one of us starts an altercation, that we will not be isolated. But also, the chatter and the noise will occlude most of our conversation unless we raise our voices.
Well,
usually the best screen or the best cover for something is something unassuming and mundane. I don't have any magical methods of obfuscating our conversation, but if you wish me to enact more protocols, I may do that. Is a show of good faith, perhaps?
probably not just yet. I mean, if what you say is true, then maybe we might just be fine with the noise about us. But regardless, though,
All right then.
I think I might be aware of what you were talking about. Just might. He gives a little
That's
smirk.
good then. My captain, it would seem, made it fairly obvious, I should think. Our crew and our band has accepted a contract to hunt down a shape-shifting mass murderer. As far as we can tell, your crewmate, the one who goes by the name of Chaiko, fits the description. Both in terms of we have been able to discern just on a glance and through deeper methods.
And you're certain this person didn't just simply change their appearance to resemble my crewmate, my party member?
At first, we had suspected perhaps that was the case. It wouldn't be the most far-fetched tactic. And it's certainly something that a shape-shifting manipulator would do. Hitch a ride along with a ship or with a group of people, well-meaning, helpful even, convince them that they are not what they are, or perhaps not even inform them at all that they are being hunted, and coast off of their goodwill. However, going off of your reactions from yesterday, it is, at the very least, within suspicion that you all know at least something of her past. The reason I wish to speak with you is I wish to know, first, how much you know about your traveling companion. No, better said, I wish to know if you know the truth about your traveling companion, and how much.
Before Flick says anything, could I roll a sense motive?
Absolutely.
Rightio. Take a hot minute. There we go.
Okay. She seems sincere.
Okay.
We are, at our foundation, a mercenary company, but we have limits, and we have a code that we speak to, that we stick to. Even my captain, who can be rather boar-headed and reckless, has certain lines he will not cross, and that includes potentially harming or dragging in a group of people who were otherwise ignorant to the crimes terms of the person that they are hosting. However, if you know what she has done, and you still harbor her, that would change things. And I would have to tell my captain that.
Oh, right, rightio then. Well, first, I just want to say, wasn't necessarily planning on starting a fight with him. So, depending on where the circumstances would have gone, I definitely would have tried to finish it, if anything. Just saying. Not a threat,
No?
just an assurance.
I understand that. Also, I would be careful about if in the future you do speak to my captain, how you phrase that, because he would very happily take the challenge.
Yeah.
He's...
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what happens to have a duelist mindset, I suppose. At least in my line of work.
I suppose you could call it that, yes.
But regardless, if you truly do want to know more about my companion, I'll have you know that, well, yes, she is on the run, though she's never told us for what. I just assumed that maybe, well, I believe she said that she was, I don't know if she said it specifically, but I believe it was possibly brought up that she might have been framed. Yeah, she's definitely rather evasive. I mean, even early on,
And that never bothered you?
Not really. No, she never really specified what she did.
What if I told you she killed a lot of people? Children, families. And then when she was put in jail for it, she broke out and fled. With the assistance of others, I should add.
I'll raise you another question. How do you know she is the same person? I know you said that you did a lot of, cross-examination, but again, how do you know this isn't simply a frame job?
It's quite possible. I would like you to roll me a diplomacy.
Will do. Come on. I was kind of hoping for something higher, but I'll have to do.
She considers the question for a bit. She doesn't seem especially moved by it, but she does still seem to be thinking it over. Like, it's not one ear out the other. She's digesting it, but she's not 100% convinced. Not even not even terribly convinced. Not on first blush, at least.
Yeah, I say this because, for all intents and purposes, you say they're a shape changer. Shape changers can easily change into someone who they don't like.
Yes. What matters in this situation is the means by which the crime was committed. That matters as much as the where and the when. Who? Because one shape changer
in that case,
in the Titan's arm is not so uncommon. Though most kitsune, at the very least, have the good humor and the good sense not to use their alternate shapes for crimes quite so egregious. Usually it's just simple trickery and pranks. But what doesn't often happen is that same shapeshifter be the child and heir to a coveted technique of creating magical items, one which led to a catastrophe at the Craftsman Festival in Fietsmar and led to the death of many innocent people. Of all the people that are both shape changers who could impersonate and use those talents to escape capture, very few, if only one, would have had the chance and the capability to learn those techniques to sabotage the festival in such a lethal and, I'll say, monstrous fashion. The fact of the matter is, if there is somebody else out there with that collection of innate talents, we wouldn't know where to look. And generally, the most obvious solution to a situation is usually the correct one. You could be correct, it could be a frame job, but as far as we can tell, all evidence points to the one Kitsune shapeshifter who has been, as you have admitted, very sketchy, very withdrawn, very unwilling to volunteer details. Volunteer details has been evasive. I would almost wager other times aggressively deflective, and unwilling to tell you, her traveling companions, about why she is fleeing homeland, one where she would have otherwise had quite a bit of promise. And while what you say is possible, I would say even possibly probable, if the evidence existed to suggest as such. But as far as we can see, the only Vulpine shapeshifter with a reason to be so scared and so nervous is the one all the way here in Haven that we have been chasing for some time. So if you have some measure of proof to this, more than just testimony, well, that would be rather welcome, so that we don't go chasing somebody who's innocent. But until you can prove otherwise, we're operating under the assumption that you are all being conned, and quite possibly being walked into your own doom, only for her to flee at the last moment, leaving you all to take the fall for her. So maybe
What's ear twitches?
Maybe she's being framed. But as far as we can tell, that's not likely.
Flick's ear twitches again, and he looks this woman dead in the eyes, and he says, "Are you trying to tell me my friend is a terrorist?"
She contemplates the accusation for a moment.
For all the time I've known this person, she never came off as it to me. She might be good with magical crafting herself. There might be something that matches up with the description. But as far as any of us are aware, she never really presented herself as any sort of, I don't know, anarchist, saboteur. Sure, she might be a bit dodgy about where she comes from, but I don't know, she's helped us thus far. I mean, now you brought up the previous example. I mean, I know sometimes cuckoos end up in the nest, but I don't know.
When has she helped you? Has it been on occasions where it would not benefit herself? for her own continued living. I don't say this as an accusation.
Fuck.
I'm trying to shoot very straight with you here. Because I'm hoping that either I am incorrect or you are incorrect and one of us will see reason.
Flick ponders the question for a moment. And
When she has helped you, has it ever been for anybody in a situation where it has not strictly been for her own benefit? And I say this because though she herself is young, you admitted she is quite capable with magical items. That is a hallmark of the current suspect of people who would be suspected of being capable of committing this mass killing. You ask if she is a terrorist. As far as we can tell, this attack was not for the sake of inciting terror. So, perhaps not in the most direct definition, but it certainly terrorized people and left many people bereft of family and friends. It left a large portion of a village depopulated.
of that I'm not doubting. And after some thought, yes, I believe she has helped us on a few instances that benefited us more than her, I believe. Granted, sometimes she does strike out on her own. She sometimes goes and performs magical research, as far as I'm aware.
Has she ever
But
resurfaced on these times with odd magical items, ones that don't act quite right?
what do you mean?
Well, say for instance they begin talking.
Oh god, I feel this is like having to pass a speech check.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Do I be transparent, or do I decide, or do I dance around this?
What's it called? You see 3 text bubbles appear in front of you.
Yeah. I'll be honest. No, I don't think I've seen him.
I'm almost tempted to have you roll a bluff check.
I
Well,
shall
you
do
see-
so.
Well, I mean, you can't. Obviously, you can still do that. But here, let me ask you this, because it kind of has to deal with me. What counts as a magical item in Vark's eyes? Not Vark's, Flick's eyes.
Well, I would say when you referred to, I want to say Kit in general, I forget, did she ever fully explain how Kit was created, or just kind of just fobbed her off as being, I made that?
More so, I made
Yeah,
that.
I guess in Flick's eyes, he doesn't really see it. I guess Flick doesn't really see Kit as much as a creature, as much as he sees, or I guess no, he doesn't see as much as an item as much as Flick sees Kit as a creature.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, sorry to be that guy.
Throw me a bluff, but I will modify the difficulty based on that.
Bluff it is.
Hmm.
Motherfucker, what is this?
Okay. Yeah. Now, Chaiko's been both the owner and the maker of a few odd magical items here and there. She did make Kit, apparently. Though you yourself don't necessarily consider her an object, Kit is still a artificial being that talks, so that kind of fits what this stranger is talking about. And maybe you give that away somewhere on your face when you say, no, I don't particularly think so. You see a small streak of visible suspicion on her face, but she doesn't say anything. Fine. Chaiko's father, or at the very least, if this is just some masked individual masquerading as her, Chaiko's father, the original Chaiko or the current Chaiko you're traveling with, was something of a renowned smith, especially within the arm, but he was a craftsman of Fietsmarn. It was not uncommon for skilled craftsmen to hail from there. But he in particular was known for a somewhat lost art known as the creation of Tsukumogami, also known as living objects. Ones with a will and a mind of their own, speak, think for themselves, sometimes even exert their will upon somebody holding them. Possession, other things. Though he was known for the brighter disposition that he would imbue into these Tsukumogami. He, as the stories tell it, there was a talent that was very sought after. It was very envied by many. He had buried his name, hidden himself away among the people, the craftsmen of Fietsmarn, to escape such greed. And apparently had even adopted and raised a daughter. Not unknown for some of the more reclusive craftsmen. It's, in fact, quite common practice for those looking to adopt apprentices. Which, again, I will admit, calls into question why she would throw such a thing away. It's such a horrendously violent act. But...
What are you getting at?
There are a good many people who would seek out such an ability for any manner of use. I could scarce imagine why a child of that age would lash out in such a way. Perhaps it was to bury any interest or pursuit. Perhaps it is to bury the reputation of a man whose shadow that she could live in. Perhaps it's because somebody made her an offer. Or perhaps she was blackmailed or threatened. As I understand, she was not even an adult at the time that it happened. But immaturity does not exclude capability. I want you to know that you should be very careful about harboring somebody like this. I pray that you're correct, but I fear that you are not. My intuition says that there's something incorrect about this situation, and there's something that we have not been informed about. And you strike me as a man with intuition, if not necessarily preternatural intuition. I do not take that as an insult, but I am trying to be as direct and as honest as possible in the situation. I believe it calls for.
No, I understand that. It's hard to wrap my head around the fact that, it's all this going around my friend.
Yes.
Someone I've known for a couple of years at this point.
I think you being a man of the sea should know more than anybody else how much and how many bodies can be buried in one past, and how little people can know about us, even after knowing each other for a very long time. I would say, if anything, if you want a perspective on just how little you know about somebody, you should probably inquire with your friend Mallory. And yes, I know about him.
Let me guess, got dirt on him too.
It comes with the territory. I had to do research on all of you. And some of you have more rumors circulating about you than others. I had to know more about the people that might be harboring an international mass murdering fugitive. I would honestly say the only person who I would actually have reason to worry the most about would be your friend Mallory, though he seems to have turned himself to more benign ventures. Can't say I'm too enthused, but no. But you, Flick of the Air, once part of a feared band of pirates yourself. Once you themselves were also known to have something of a code of honor. Should know that even knowing somebody for a lifetime does not guarantee that they are a good person. And you can go a surprisingly long amount of time without knowing somebody. So I would begin asking
Flick almost
questions.
immediately sort of like not really lunges for it, but like slightly lurches for it and says, "You don't know anything about me." Right?
I think that proves my point. I would begin asking questions of the friends you've known for so long. I would say, now, if not any other time, is the best time for honesty. Because you need to know who you can trust. We are probably going to see you again at another time, and it may come to blows. I'm going to keep doing my own investigation, because it's my job to make sure that my friends and my co-workers don't end up in life or death fights when it's not strictly necessary. You and your friends should probably do the same. I'm sorry that I had to jump this on you. And there's no hard feelings or anything personal. And it's in fact for that reason that I sought you out. I'm not here to threaten you. I'm here to set the record straight. But I would think I've overstepped the line. She will pick up her cup, drain the last of it, push her chair back, stand up, and then give you a small bow and say, and an apology for intruding on your personal quarters.
Flick will nod.
With that, she'll bring up a hand, 2 fingers extended upwards, and disappear in a light puff of smoke.
After about 10 seconds, Flick basically downs the entirety of his drink, plants it back down the table, and just mutters to himself, "Fucking hell." What a way to start the fucking day.
Yeah, what a way to start the fucking day. So
All I'm saying, from my seat out of the theater, metaphorically, of course, I have no magical means. Proceeds to disappear in a puff of smoke. All I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Flick's feeling kind of skeezed out a little bit. Skeeved out a bit.
Technically speaking, she's correct. That wasn't magic.
You see, from my my highly fuck it. No,
Just,
I can't think of
pure
anything.
technicality. Key isn't magic.
Yeah. Blah blah blah.
But that aside, yeah, no, Flick has every right to feel
Yeah.
skeeved out at the moment.
Yeah, suspicious.
That's fine. Yeah, that's perfectly understandable.
And after and about about like less than a moment after this, Flick just shakes his head just at the situation in general, and then mutters to himself again, fuck it, and snaps his finger and says, "Bartender, give me some liquor, please."
He gives you a surprised look and says, "Oh, good, another one." Before you know it,
Nothing strong though.
You got a mug of grog in
just-
front of you.
Just something to soothe this headache I've suddenly got. Appreciate it, mate.
Yeah, he'll pour you a mug of grog and go, "Yeah, it's probably for the best." Why does it smell like smoke?
Ain't that the question? Question of my life, I suppose.
As we leave Flick in the bar/saloon for a
Yeah.
little bit, we head back to the ship. Drills are underway. You've got some people working on the ship doing some renovations of the front, apparently, including 4 very enthusiastic turtles who are operating what looks to be a bamboo crane. On top of which Vair is helping out by kind of like clambering around the boat, or not from the water. No, he would probably. No, he's like supplying his jaw as a secondary crane from the front of the boat. So yeah, they're busy taking out the old figurehead, which was just simply the head of a dragon. Taking out some of the beams, replacing them, joining the figurehead to them, and then replacing it into the ship. Aside from that, there's more drills going on. There's more patrols around the dock happening. Yeah.
A normal average day.
Yeah.
As
Here
Flick
come-
has now resorted
yeah.
to day drinking.
Yeah, here comes Flick stumbling back across
Yeah.
the docks.
Yes. Oh yeah, Chaiko, as a reminder in case the confrontation yesterday completely distracted her. Also, hey Graham, welcome in. You do remember, along with that check for 40,000 gold from Stanislav, there was a little reminder from him that apparently there was something waiting for you down in the hold that you apparently didn't find your first sweep through.
Hmm.
He left you a gift.
I see. I will go check that right after I retcon a slight action that you can have. It's very slight. I want to toss that Naiad ring into the fucking ocean. I don't want to know, or not the.
The Nerid ring.
I forgot to mention that. I want that thing gone.
Okay. Hey, you said you were going to attach that to a message, I believe?
Yeah. Yeah. Simply just in common. Bought this.
It's cursed.
Sorry. Don't chase me.
Neat. Okay. You will chuck it over the edge. Not. Yeah, fair. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
No consequences for that. Okay, so yeah, then you go. You're gonna go check out the quarters.
The hold.
Jelly Mimic has been upgraded to Vampire Jelly Mimic and has inflicted once again upon the party. Oh dear. I mean, technically they are vampires. They're vampires for magic. But I see what you're going for. Yes, you go check down. Give the quarters, or the storage another look through. See if there's something you missed. And as a matter of fact, you do. You find hidden near the pile, well, where the pile of stuff that was originally left for you guys was before it got sorted away, in a little box normally meant for citrus fruit, what seems to be about a figurine about the size of your hand in the shape of an anvil. It's made of brass.
Huh. Well, I adore trinkets. I think this might be a bit on the nose. It's a necklace?
Embossed.
Is this...
No, it's a figurine, no chain or anything. Embossed in the side. Written in. Do you speak Necro?
Necro?
Roll.
Do you
If you
actually no?
don't,
That would
Aria
not be correct. Do you speak Dwarven?
I remember I wanted it way early on, but you said wouldn't make too much sense.
If
That's
you
fair.
don't, Karia does.
There's a very
And
sort
plus, and also,
Mhm.
and also going to say, my languages that I did know, long gone. I only remember Common and Sylvan, so we'll chop it up to.
we'll fix that come due time. But
Yeah, head trauma.
Yeah. Right. So you do, however, know the spell comprehend languages.
Let's see. Do I?
I'm fairly sure you do.
I sure do. I sure do.
Yeah. So if you want to utilize that just for the sake of expedience,
Yeah.
embossed on the side of the anvil is simply the dwarvish word for hammer.
I'm just gonna. Was the small little anvil the only thing in the box?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna bring it up with me.
Okay.
Bring it back up into a more open area.
Mhm.
Into the light, so I can, I'm gonna mess with it some more.
Okay. How you messing with it? Do tell me, please. Details.
Well, first things first. Since I see no chain, I see dwarvish. Is it exuding any magical energies?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Huh. Surely not. I say as I look into the camera. You see, I have an inkling of what this could be, but I just legitimately don't remember how to use it. It's been so long.
Well, I mean, in most cases, when a magical item has a, say, activation word, it tends to either be included, memorized by the creator, or on the item itself.
Surely not.
Surely not.
Surely not. She's gonna back off, place it on the, I guess. What?
Where are you doing this exactly?
Deck. Like,
Just the top deck?
probably on your top deck, like in the most openish area.
Okay, so right smack bang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, hey, everyone back up for a moment.
The kobolds see a shiny thing in the middle of the floor and are having to actively restrain themselves from meddling. They just know
Well-
you're the one that throws lightning bolts, so they're scared of you.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Hammer.
You say the word hammer in Dwarvish. And in the space of about 10 seconds, the anvil explodes to the size of a large-sized anvil. A piece of it, a panel on the side claps open. Out falls what looks to be a steel ring that expands, flattens out on the ground, and then erupts in fire with a spiked fence that builds itself up around it to hold in the roaring flames. And a entire rack of tools phases out of the other side of it. You have an entire working forge and tools.
You know how the girlies look at a new purse and get all gleeful? The newest outfit, the newest lipstick, etc., etc.
Yes. Yes.
That's what Chico looks like.
Ah, so she is squealing in delight. This is a strange
Yes.
sight for most people. I think everybody, actually. Just went from one of the worst days to one of the best ones, I guess. Yeah. Karia, Siren, everybody else on the deck gets to witness as Chico, for the first time probably ever, squeals in girlish delight.
Oh, I always knew she was capable.
If she's under attack.
It's the Chico siren.
She has been possessed.
Who are you?
Someone has poisoned her.
She'll compose herself and go hammer. And
everything immediately collapses back in on itself, and before you know it, you have the same tiny brass anvil again.
I like this a lot. That. And without saying anything to anyone, she's going to probably scuttle off towards the inside of the ship somewhere. And she's now trying to find some way to make it more of a trinket so she can, instead of like just have it in the old pocket.
I see. Sounds like something you could use a forge for.
Sure does.
Shame
Out of
you
the-
don't have one of
What's
those.
it? Out of the deck, I guess would be the best word. Wow, I cannot think boat terms. Wow,
Mhm.
and out of the hold, you see her scuttle towards the beach. Listen, I played enough Minecraft. I know fire spreads. All right, we're on a wooden boat. Just kind of. We're not on the map, so. Yeah, she's kind of scuttles all onto the beach, and she's probably going to make a small ring that she plans. Here, I'm just gonna say it like this. My idea is I'm gonna make a small ring with I guess, something that she can attach the small little anvil to. Whether it's held on by glue, whether it's held on by a molten bond, I guess.
Okay.
She wants to attach it.
I will say the anvil itself, while small, is about the size of your hand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a little bit bigger than I was expecting. Okay, never mind then. See, I had the what size of the hand? I don't know why I had the feeling it was about the size of
Doesn't mean like you thought it was like the size of your
Everyone's-
fingertip.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I thought it was a bit smaller. I guess okay.
I did describe it as tiny. I did do that.
Well, if that's the case, if it's the size of I don't know.
I'd say it's about the size of your
And-
balled up fist.
Yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, no. That doesn't need anything. I guess I can just really toss that into a bag of some kind and call it there.
Yeah, fair. You could attach it to a chain of some sort and like hang it from your belt, maybe. But that's up to you. If you wish to have it more close to hand, or if you wish to just keep it somewhere safe.
No, that's right there. That's a family heirloom right there. Keeping that bad boy safe.
And Grim, with the amount of cookouts they have on Haven, if one of the beaches was made of peat sand, we have very big problems. Especially considering it's meant to be a Polynesian beach or Polynesian island chain of a sort. Very big issues. But yes, cataclysmic explosions aside, and month-long fires aside, you now have a portable forge. It gives you tools, a fire, an anvil. I forgot to actually describe a quenching bucket as well.
Mm.
All the tools you need to run a forge without issue, both for fine and more crass work. More crude work, I should say. So, time passes a little bit. Drills continue. The figurehead is mounted. That delivery of scrolls, which is accompanied by the sea elf himself, as a matter of fact. He comes along with a basket. Not with his eel familiar, it seems. Probably for good reason.
Hold on, give me 2 seconds.
Oh. 2 seconds. It's been more than 2 seconds. Where are you? Yeah. Being demanding didn't help.
Wait, for who?
Checo,
Sorry, I'm back.
welcome back. Yes. The sea elf in question arrives. Sounds familiar. He arrives with what looks to be both a scroll case and a basket.
Hey again.
Good. Good. I keep forgetting that there's actually a sun up here. Pre-noon? Yeah, something like that.
Close enough.
Yeah, so, I got you what you wanted. Not all these are going to be written on what you're used to. In fact, let me tell you, Vellum does not keep underwater. For nothing else.
Trust me, I've seen my fair. I've seen my fair share of weird things scrolls have been written into.
Yeah, fair enough.
She'll kind of like reach around and pull out probably an old slab from one of the old scrolls from the Winterland that's probably been used at this point. It's just Winterland. You remember what I'm talking about?
You mentioned it before, like way up north, yeah.
Well, I was more talking to you, Mr. Dean.
Oh, me? Yes, I know what you're talking about.
All right, cool. Yeah, like she'll just kind of point at it, like, yeah, I see my fair share of thing. Put that back in metaphorical inventory.
Yeah. So a couple of these I don't really have, or I don't know because they're not really in my patron's wheelhouse.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just more than happy to get what I can.
Probably gonna have to look somewhere else for them. Wherever you're going, maybe somebody else knows them. Especially the ones that have to do with like weapons, I'm not too great with. Never really been somebody to get up in somebody else's face with anything sharp and pointy. Usually when it comes to people, I just rely on curses mostly. That are getting away from them, which is why a few of these were easier. Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Nevertheless, I thank you very much. Do you need anything else for this? Is there anything I can get you for especially coming all the way up here?
Next time you guys come through here, let me jump on your ship and take me back to Strasbourg's place, and consider the matter settled.
Can do.
Yeah, that's about time I did a little bit of traveling again anyway.
My question to you is, what spells did I manage? No, typing.
Yep. Meantime, anybody have anything else they want to be doing right about now? Any questions, perhaps?
Would you say Flick would be coming back to the boat around this time?
I would say so, unless he's getting absolutely trashed.
No. He's probably just gonna have like one mug of grog, and then he'll be back over.
Okay. Yeah, he can have. In that case.
Oh, we're.
Time to make it awkward.
She was having such a good day too.
So, where have you been?
As Flick is coming back down the dock, looking distinctly disgruntled, coming up the gangplank.
What happened?
Well, first things first. Didn't go nearly as well as the last meeting I had over at that bar.
There.
Flick just kind of shakes his head and just says, "At some point, we really do need to talk. Because now I'm starting to get concerned. As not just your captain, but as your friend, I have concerns."
Concerns about what? Keep in mind. Didn't rubs hands together maliciously. Didn't Flick get a note, proceed to share it with everyone but Chico?
Well, no. I shared it to. No, I think I did share with Chico. Just I was Yeah. Just I thought I had to specifically share it with just Chico.
Oh, so okay. So instead you share it with okay.
Yes.
I won't lie. I was caught up on the fact that, you know what? Let's not show this to Chico.
Flick would have absolutely made sure to show it to Chico because it involved her.
Okay, never. Okay, this changes a lot of. This changes a
yeah,
good
yeah.
amount of.
Yeah, you remember that? Remember that letter I showed you earlier?
How could I forget it? I was having a good day until now. I remember that note. How'd it
Part of it feels
go?
like we need. Part of it feels like we need everyone here for this, but I've got quite a few questions.
She'll let out. She'll taking a deep breath. Hold it for a little longer than you would expect, and then let it out slowly.
But first, we're probably going to need to take this below deck.
Yeah. If it's what I think you want to ask, I think it'd be best.
Well, who knows? Maybe I might just ask what your favorite color is. But either way. Probably best to get the party together. That way we can talk about this between all of us.
Who's been silently following you as you've been drinking and wandering back.
Yeah. Yes, that goes for you too, Vark.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Once more, a meeting is called.
Round 2.
Fight.
Quite.
What's like a big enough room down below that could fit all of us?
Well, either one you could fit
Home
everybody
team.
in. You could
Oh.
you could fit people down there, or you could do it in your quarters.
No, we'll do it down below.
Okay. Yeah, there would be that you could do it on the mess deck, or you could find a more out of the way room. Don't exactly have like conference rooms or anything. This isn't this isn't a conference center, but
we get like one of these storage rooms. We get like a bunch of barrels together, and we all sit on the barrels or boxes.
in your own ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, whatever room you want to snag for yourselves.
It's still like a corner of like the storage area. We'll all sit on boxes.
You got enough of those.
Yeah.
So. Flick has a captive audience, I assume, in the form of the party. Go for it.
Right. So, as I'm sure you're all aware, as from the note I showed you earlier, member of the crew that met with us yesterday decided to pull me aside and ask me some questions regarding our friend Charco here.
You can kind of see her wince at that mention. It's ever so slight.
She asked me a few questions. Just trying to get an understanding as to our awareness of you, Charco. And she also had some interesting information to share, which I can't necessarily confirm the veracity of it, but Charco, I want you to answer the following question truthfully, forthrightly, and honestly. Again, not just as your captain, but as your friend, someone who has known you for years now. Did you kill people in the Titan's Arm?
Tycho will kind of sink back into whatever she's sitting on. You can it's very obvious. In a rare spectacle, what Chaiko is feeling shows. She is visibly feeling uncomfortable, downtrodden, and upset. You can see her attempting to say something every now and then, but she kind of cuts herself off before trying once more. Eventually, she comes to a point where she says, did that come through or no? Was I too quiet?
Too quiet.
I think you're too
Oh.
quiet.
Damn.
We're waiting
I-
here with fucking suspense, and it's just because you mumbled.
Fine. Shaiko mumbles this.
Hmm?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Do you not remember?
It's been years. First, 'cause I hate it. It's been years now. Everything else, everything of that day, I remember as if it were yesterday. I remember waking up, getting prepared. Then there's this blank space. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know why. I don't get it. I don't know. Then it comes back. I'm in jail. I'm being held. I'm being told I did this, I did that. I don't remember, okay?
Do you recall
Sorry.
what was
Sorry.
it? The Inventors, what was it? Inventors Fair, I believe it was. It was from what I was told, it was some sort of celebration to show off various creations.
Yes, I hate this. She says it. Yes. Every couple years, there's a festival held to where craftsmen of many types come and show off their goods. They show their best piece, what it can do. Bit of a. It's posed as a festival, posed as a competition, but it's just for fun. It's just for competition's sake. Nothing really changes upon who wins or who loses. It's just more for fun, to keep competition alive between fellow craftsmen so they can strive to be better. Okay? It's... Yes, I know what you're speaking of. It's just a festival, craftsmen.
Did your father know of the art of creating living objects?
She'll kind of stare at you for a moment.
That's when the Undying woman at the bar was telling me of.
Undying woman. Anyways.
Yeah, like I said, member of the crew.
That's another loaded question. When I was younger, I don't recall father ever make living items as you said. But I do remember that he used to have these tools that did these. I was a kid. I didn't really think about it. I just thought they were cool. I just thought they were friends. I don't know if he made them. I don't know if he got them. I don't know. Okay. They were there. I don't know if he made them. I don't know if he had them.
But did he know how to make them?
I no.
I feel like he was probably had like one leg up on a crate at this point. He'll set it back down. He'll sit on the crate, and he'll say, "From what this woman told me, didn't get a name. She said that you took the lives of multiple people in that festival. She told me it was men, women, children, quite a few. Apparently, she told me you depopulated a town, or at least a large subset of a town."
What exactly did she say?
She said that you were young when it happened, that it was during the Inventors Festival, that there were a lot of casualties, and that apparently you broke out of prison with the help of others after you were arrested. Do you remember that?
I don't remember the festival itself. I just remember the after. I guess would be the right way to say it. I remember coming to in a jail cell, people yelling at me. I don't remember anything else besides that.
You said you had a blackout. Like a blank spot in your memory where you remember nothing.
Yes.
Do moments like that happen, like, occasionally? Because I don't know if I've ever seen that happen with you. Yeah, right before he asked that question, you'll see that his ear is definitely twitching here and there.
No, I don't black out. I don't. Ever since then, I make sure to go through my days as well as I can in my head, just in case something else, another blank spot shows up. But
Another
no,
blank spot
I don't.
show up.
I don't. Huh?
Another blank spot did show up. when
I don't
you
understand
made yeah.
Oh. Wait a minute.
That was in character,
Oh,
by the way. Because you told us that.
I could not understand you there. Can you repeat that?
I said that was in character. He went, another blank spot did show up. Because she told us that that's what happened when she made Kit.
She'll go to say something, but then she'll stop and go. No. That felt different. I can't explain that, but it felt. I think.
Like, intensity wise? I'm not familiar with what to think of it, but it's sort of like, I don't want to say numbness, but it's just sort of like when your leg falls asleep. Like different intensities of that.
The best way I can say this maybe be You can tell she's getting kind of mentally exhausted with all this. Because now her own thoughts are swarming because of what Karya said.
Immediately threw everything about.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything she thinks into question again.
No, no. Have you, all that fiery anger that was in her voice before is now just confusion. No. Have you ever, felt nothing? Like,
Like,
the absence of everything. You can't smell anything, you can't feel anything, like nothing.
is this sort of like a paralysis? Is this like sleep?
I guess sleep could be close, but less than that. I don't know how to. Anyways, Karya, no. When I made Kit, no. I wasn't there, but I know it happened. I don't know what happened, but I know that it happened. But back at the festival, I only know it happened because there's nothing there, if that makes sense.
You remember the fact that there's an absence of memory there. Or you're aware of
Yeah.
the absence of memory, I suppose.
Not the absence of memory, but the absence of everything. It
I'm this is starting to sound like the stories I hear about out of body experiences, something like that, where it's like some sort of like dissociation or something. I'm not entirely familiar with it. I just know that there tends to be some rather freaky stories surrounding it, but that's very bizarre.
I'm gonna have to. She'll shake her head and go, that's. Thank you, Karya. I'm gonna have to think about that a lot now. She'll then kind of refocus herself and go, okay, putting that aside, to answer your main question, no, I didn't murder anyone. I may be aggressive. I may threaten lightning and this or that, but I don't like fighting. I really don't. The only person that I truly wish any harm upon is that damned devil we came across in
Back in Verdigris?
Verdigris.
Vertigo.
Rosaino. It was Rosaino.
Yeah.
You're dead on.
Rosina. That's the only person who I've actively, really wanted to cause any form of harm upon. Other than that, everything else is just self-defense. I don't like harming. Do you think
Man,
I
was-
would? Do you think I would try to kill like that? With that said,
To be honest, never really seemed like the type. I mean, you seem more the type to do something petty to someone, but yeah, I never really see you as a killer necessarily. That's not to say that what I've heard might not be completely untrue. I mean, if the veracity of what they're saying is anything to go by, this sounds like something's not really adding up.
oh, she'll let out a small groan. God, I hate talking about this, but I'm gonna have to keep doing it anyways. Flit, can you do me a favor?
Need a drink?
No. No, that's the last thing I need.
Fair.
I'm still going to keep my distance from anyone at next. But if you go out, if you manage to find them again before we leave, if you can set up some sort of meeting, talk. I don't want to, but
Chico, I have a bit of
Have
an odd question
towards who?
towards you.
Yeah. What is it?
You are certain you did not commit this crime, yes?
You can see a little bit of anger rise back into Chico. Some of the anger that left her has come back.
This is not me
What?
condemning you, Chico.
What part of me saying I don't like causing harm did you not get?
We're not saying you're a liar.
I'm saying there may be a potential way that we can handle this. Clearly, this did not happen here. Clearly, this happened back in your homeland. And you can't do anything but prove your innocence simply based on the fact that we're not there. Now, I'm not suggesting we turn you in, but perhaps it's time to head home.
Actually, at that moment, Flick's head will snap up and he'll actually snap his finger and says, "Wait, when did you get the news about your father passing?"
Oh, me.
Yes.
I don't know why I thought that was aimed at Karya from him.
No.
I
He's
was-
pointing at Chico.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. But Chaka, when did you get the news about your father passing?
That's the thing. I don't know if he is.
I'm just speculating here. What if he had something to do with it?
All that anger that she had at the beginning is now back and then some. She speaks in an eerily calm tone, unbefitting of what she's actually feeling. Flick, what the fuck did you just say to me? What did you even begin to assume, suggest?
Think about it like this. Man who is very good at creating living objects. Objects that can think for themselves, talk for themselves, and operate independently, like Kit. You happen to be someone who is related to him, and can also create living objects. You may or may not have blacked out while creating Kit. You also definitely blacked out during the massacre. Post-massacre, father is mysteriously MIA, and then suddenly you get news that he is dead.
Even if it is likely or unlikely who the culprit is, we won't know until we go. This is going to be looming over us seemingly forever.
And
Let-
yes, and yes, Choco, I know I am slandering your father's name, and I apologize for that. But I guess I'm just trying to pin down I'm just trying to pin down, potential involvement. I'm not saying he is. Again, it's speculation. But I don't really know who else would be in to kill people to make a point or something.
Look. For the sake of our friendship, I'm going to drop your part of the conversation. Because if you continue any further, I feel like I'm going to jump you. She'll turn to Karya, and then she'll talk and say, "You know, did I tell you about that specific mercenary gang? Did I tell you that I know who they are?" Anyone can answer.
I wasn't there, but I'm sure it probably came up.
Those mercenaries aren't your standard mercenaries. They go after the bad. They go after the notorious. They go after the dangerous.
Like bounty hunters.
In their yes, but they have a code of reason. They don't go after good folk. Back at home, some could consider them as heroes. Some can consider them brave fools. Point is, whoever, whatever sent them are fully convinced I'm the villain here. They fully convinced those mercenaries that I'm dangerous enough, I'm evil enough, that I'm the cause of all of that. If we go back there, do you want a whole nation to come for us?
Well, then perhaps we go back as heroes ourselves. Please hear me out.
I have a feeling I know what you're about to say, but go on.
You're being pursued, and from what I've gathered from the kobolds, these mercenaries, whomever they may very well also be in ties with Aerodine, because their bodies were found on the ship, and while looking through their little hoard, I discovered several swords of that make. If you're being hunted, and this hunt is extending even further than we believed it would be, but a better way to get them off your trail and subsequently buy us time to find your eventual freedom than to claim the bounty.
What are you?
I am suggesting, Chaiko, that we bring you back under the guise of you, or rather, claiming the bounty on your head. And in that time, we subsequently find your innocence. If you are certain that it is innocence, and even more certain, at least were I in your position, because I agree with you, Chico, I am no fan of fighting myself. If I was responsible for such a horrible act, I would want to die. There's no sake in running from this forever. If we're going to do it, then we need to do it sooner rather than later. Because if they're sending heroes from your nation, it's only going to get worse. So we simply become those heroes. We claim this bounty, we bring you back in irons, and then we work to prove your innocence.
Don't you might you think that as soon as whatever authority finds me, that they wouldn't hesitate to kill me right then and there?
Well, then you
If,
tell me.
if it's to the point where they're sending bounty hunters after me, do you think that my safety is something they care about?
No, but I don't know your land, Chico. You tell me. If you firmly believe that they will execute you the moment that we bring you here without due process and without any cause of justification, well, they have it. But if you believe that they will simply execute you within a moment's time, without even a trial, then perhaps that is true. I do not know your land, so you tell me.
I will say, with that knowledge local, Shago, you do know
Well-
that bounty hunters aren't necessarily always kill squads. After all, it's not always wanted dead, it's wanted dead or alive. Sometimes they're just sent like, well, modern day bounty hunters or like bail bond agents. They're meant as retrieval for extradition and to bring somebody in so that they can be tried properly. Now, naturally, there are some bounty hunters out there who go after the most nasty people, and usually those bounties have, usually those bounties are dead or alive. And in the case of the very worst is dead. But most bounties, at least to incentivize those who are there for the money, usually offer a higher bounty for bringing people in alive, specifically to make sure that justice is seen through properly. And in a land like the Titan's Arm, proper justice and law and order are prized. So, if the stories are true and these guys are true to their code of honor, so long as you don't try and kill them, they shouldn't try and kill you. But it's up to you whether or not you trust that.
I'm saying, if you believe they won't execute you, Chico, we return to your homeland. We claim the bounty. And then we work on not only proving your innocence, but finding the person who did do it.
Yeah,
At
launch
that
our
point,
own
then
investigation.
We launch our own investigation, and subsequently, by doing so, we also gain the reward, and more importantly than that, we clear your name. And your father's name. I'm certain he was implicated in this.
And who knows, maybe he didn't have any involvement at all. Maybe he was blind to it.
We won't know until we go.
Who knows, maybe someone might have tried to take your father out of the picture once you were gone. She did bring up that his art was very sought after.
It's true.
You can see many thoughts are going through Chico's head. Lots of possibilities, fears, expectations, doubts. even a bit of hope, as corny as that may sound. The anger subsides once more. Listen, okay. There's, as much as I'm yapping and yapping, really from the arm. Wait. There's a good chance I won't be killed on the spot. I don't want to go back to the arm. I'm scared. I'm scared of the potential truth. Alright. I know that I'm innocent in all this. Well, I'd like to believe at least. But it's been years. And the truth is, I don't know anymore. I don't. And if I go back there, I'm gonna find out one way or another.
Flick will find like a spot close to Checo, and he'll either like kneel down or like sit down next to her and says, from one dead person walking to another, I think I'm on the same page as you. I want to clear my name with my own crew. I want to get this burden off my chest at some point or other, same as you. I know where you're coming from, sort of in a kind of vaguely similar way, but he places a hand on his shoulder and says, "We're gonna get you out of this. Believe me." I mean, I'll tell you one thing, I might not have appreciated the lie by omission, but you know, I was there at one point myself. I wasn't telling a lot of you about where I all came from for a little bit. Just I was on the run too.
Everyone has a secret or three that they don't want to tell others.
I don't. Because I'm terrible at keeping them.
Well, yes, we know that.
But my point remains. I don't believe there's a single person here on this ship that doesn't have a fear of something. But I believe it's time. And I can at least confidently say that while I'm not a violent man, that if they attempt to execute you, and it then later comes to light that you were indeed innocent, I will burn down the Titan's arm myself.
I mean, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
It won't. But some reassurance of revenge. Not that I particularly care for it, but, you know.
Yeah, regardless, Chuck, we all gotta stare down our demons at one point or another. And we all gotta find out the truth, even if it hurts us. Can't know unless you try.
What if it's true?
Do you want to live with yourself knowing that it's true?
What do you mean?
If you did commit those crimes, if you mercilessly butchered through a town of men, women, and children alike, innocent, would you even want to live?
No, I wouldn't.
Exactly my point.
At this point, she'll kind of start rubbing the ring that she has at this as he says that, as Karya says that, she'll kind of start slowly rubbing the ring she has on her finger. Suddenly more useful than intended.
What is? What are you doing?
Huh?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What ring is that? Oh no, it's a fireball ring. Don't blow yourself
Yeah.
up. It's not that serious.
You literally just said if you did turn out to be a murderer, you should kill yourself now.
Okay, yeah, but don't kill us.
It's only checks and notes. 8d6.
Yeah, you know.
Listen, I'm not worried about the fire damage. I'm worried about the ship.
So you gotta
Oh
worry about
gee,
fire damage.
thanks, friend. Thanks,
obviously
friend.
I'm not
worried
worried
about
about me.
you.
I'm worried about the collateral. Yeah. Jaco,
Listen, we'll live.
the ring
won't.
is, as it usually is, warm to the touch, as if it were sitting. If he had been sitting out in the sun for hours. What previously would have been
Let's-
a comforting warmth now feels almost just on the edge of burning.
Let's hope. Not for my. Know who?
Speak up a bit, please.
Oh, let's hope that it's not true. If not for my sake, then I don't know who. I don't know who.
Since for what it's worth, I don't believe you to be a murderer, Chico, but you don't remember. There's only one way to find out.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
her
something
secret.
suspicious is definitely going on. Not necessarily with you, but with the circumstances. They're very muddy.
Who knows? Maybe it's her secret fourth personality. It's secretly a village slaughtering mass murderer.
Maybe she's a maybe
Nope.
she's a werewolf.
Don't joke about that. You're supposed to keep that secret.
Chico.
I mean, meow.
It's her secret evil personality, Okeech.
But what? I guess out of character. Yeah, out of character. What's the plan again right now? What's our main goal? Why are we here again?
We're,
At
well,
this-
we were
at Haven.
coming here. We were coming here to rest and then also follow a lead.
Sure.
Flick.
Yeah.
Because Flick had gotten something.
Yeah.
On the way here. We were originally going to Fire Grove just because it was like the next step, but we really didn't actually have anywhere to go at this point. So
You're going there to
taking
go
you in and
bother Orthos.
yeah, we were going there to bother Orthos, but Orthos can wait. Orthos can wait.
Yeah, yeah. Actually,
I'm sure he can.
As we're talking, Flick will kind of remember something. It says, you know, now I sort of think about it, Karya. Are you still sure about that Fargrove Valley business?
Eventually, I have to go. Yes. You don't have to go now.
Yeah, because I was thinking, if we're not necessarily bringing Chaco in just yet, or maybe we want to. I don't know. We need a more of a unanimous decision on that.
I am back.
Oh, welcome back.
Hi, welcome back.
You
Hi.
decided to turn Chico in for the reward. That is not a joke.
Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
jail.
So I missed a bit there. When I came back, Flick had gotten a message from someone that Chico this person said that Chaiko was actually suspicious.
Mhm.
And
That's
then
actually
he
what
went
they've
and
been
talked.
discussing for the
Yeah.
last bit here.
Yeah.
He sat down, had
Okay,
a
so he-
conversation
he
with
brought
that
it up.
person, and Checo's gone through a very emotional thing where, being vulnerable to the party,
Oh,
talking about difficult topics, agreeing to having to eventually face the music, go face her demons back in the Titan's arm, and apparently doing that under the guise of turning her in for the bounty and then starting your guys' own investigation.
Basically trying to
Oh.
buy time.
Yes.
oh
And,
damn it! I missed the Chaiko vulnerability speech.
yes.
I mean,
Damn it.
we're
She
still
admitted
kind of,
she
we're
was
still kind of at the
scared.
tail end of it, I
We're
suppose.
literally there right now.
Yep.
At the Tycho vulnerability.
Right.
movement.
Yeah, kind of tail end of it. But
Oh.
it's
Tycho, Haria literally just hit Chaiko with, "If you did do it, you should kill yourself." And that's
And Chaiko, you know what? You're right. Looked at
you're
her
so
ring.
right.
Looks at
Looked
self-destruction
suicide
ring.
Well, wait. So she actually did kill people?
We don't know if she did.
She
it.
doesn't
That's
know.
why
We
we're-
don't know.
that's
yeah,
why-
no, we don't know. Yeah, that
Well,
was
As
just
far
info
as-
that
as
Flip
far as she is-
got.
As far as she is aware, one moment she was at the festival, the next, after a complete blank out, she woke up in jail and was told everybody at the festival was dead or injured. And it was her responsibility.
Oh.
Actually, I thought it was Checo getting ready for the festival and then blanking
Ye-
out and then waking up later after the festival, after the whole
Yeah,
massacre taking place.
Yeah, as how I described it right here and now, the time frame is aware right up until actually entering, I guess, the main building, I guess, or the main festival. If the way I'm going to describe it, who knows? I might have taken some liberties with my backstory. But the general time frame is aware of that day right up until entering the building for the festival. And nothing, and I whole honestly mean nothing. Then coming to awareness in a jail cell. That is the time frame that I have painted, at least with this
Discussion, yes.
this discussion. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys thought you guys wanted a beach episode. You want ballroom. What do you call it? Episodes.
Now it's gonna.
No,
now
you
we're
guys are
gonna
getting
have
a
that
Phoenix Wright
fantasy-
courtroom session.
we're gonna
We're gonna have a Phoenix Wright
we're gonna have the
courtroom
Better Call Saul arc.
So we're going
that's
to have
cool
the
too.
Phoenix Wright courtroom session, and then once it's completed, it's going to go into the Japanese festival arc where everyone's wearing kimonos and eating dango, and just
Okay.
walking around with the fireworks on the hill.
Yes. So that does
Way to
leave.
get money like we were talking
You guys have that on the docket now. It would seem on your growing list of pressing issues that need to be confronted. On top of that is backstabbing sister and big red dragon.
Yes.
Big Red Dragon.
And then
wait,
also
please.
asshole pirate king. But he can wait.
Yeah.
Who's can wait?
Big red dragon. And as she's saying this, she's pointing to each person, right? That it's relevant to. Sister was stolen by grandmother, who's a devil. Crazy sister, also maybe has some murderous tendencies. Bringing back
wouldn't-
Mama from the dead. Investigating what happened, as she points to Choco.
Daddy issues.
And then as she gets to Canobos.
Why are you here?
What?
What's her tragic
Why-
story?
Brothers?
Why are you here?
Super Ghost Brothers. Super Mario
What's that?
Ghost Brothers.
2.
Which one's the
Ooh.
beach?
It's Canobos. But
Yes.
regardless, we're in this together, yeah? We're gonna figure it all out.
Of course. Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Yeah.
It's a very
Good.
wholesome thing to say in this context, but knowing the origin of that particular phrase always just
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Huh?
the fact that the
Your best-
actual phrase originates from a bunch of people who were literally fused into the side of the wall by coral and
Yeah.
sea urchins.
You best start believing in ghost stories, Siren. You're in one.
No.
Because we have cannibals.
you know, if Flick had actually taken like I don't know, like
Warlock act.
yeah, like warlock levels or like shaman levels, I guess he could have, but that I don't know if it's like an ability or not, but he could have just like taken on like a skeletal feline form.
True. That would be very funny though, because you'd be so skinny. Like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be. In my mind, a skeletal cat is just not as intimidating. It'd just be really funny.
Okay, hear me out. He no longer needs spells to breathe underwater.
True.
He wouldn't be breathing. So yeah.
Exactly.
Solves one issue, causes a few others. But yes,
Nah.
So
with that conversation concluded, and I think Shaiko thoroughly rattled, much like
Whatever do you mean?
Yes.
Whatever do you mean? I'm back. I'm back to normal.
sure.
So back. All we had to do
Chuck-
is
Chuck,
think of the
Chuck,
money that we'll make out of that. We don't even need the side quest anymore, guys. Just arrest Tycho and save her.
Flick will turn back to Chuck and says, "I'm very sorry for putting you through this, but
Listen, it happened. I guess we can only move forward one step at a time. The Chico that you saw, you swore not even a minute ago. No one should be seen. What you see is normal Chico.
Oh, good. We got Peppy in the chat. He says he's already comparing everybody and we call it matching them up to categorizations in the DSM-5. So he's already psychoanalyzing everybody.
Can't wait for the 3-hour character analysis video.
I cast Elemental Blast in the viewer seat to that one guy.
You're in the splash zone.
Elemental blast.
Bam.
it just goes to it just goes to a we'll be right back screen.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
You know what I realized just now?
Technical difficulties, please stand by.
You know what I just now realized?
Mhm.
I have, what is it? 8d6 on my finger, and I can create a 9d6 within 60 feet of myself as well.
Yes.
I'm just rocking with 15d6 on me, essentially.
Yes, you're a caster.
Yeah.
Welcome
At least
to the
86 of
level
which will
caster.
be at you.
They were made
That's-
in a factory.
That part's not that's not important, all right? That last
It's
part
kind
isn't
of
important,
important.
Mr. DM. No,
They were
no.
They were
It's
made in a
kind of
factory.
important. I have
A
2
bomb
grenades.
factory.
One of them is
Factory.
strapped to
A
me.
bomb-
Is a very important detail.
No. It's not strapped to me. I very much so can toss. I can take
I'm
the
wearing
ring
the
off
pin
and
as a
toss
ring.
it.
It's not strapped to me, it's
Exactly.
inside me.
But yes, conversation and consoling is had. Do you guys break up after that? Go your different ways?
Well, I would like to hold a
Probably.
second. I would like to hold a
But-
second meeting right now.
Does
Oh.
it involve the ring on your finger?
All right, everyone, sit back down.
No. Yeah. So what's the plan? Since we're all here, we might as well get this out of the way. What's next?
Huh.
Are we not turning
Let's see.
you in? I believe that was the plan.
Yeah, we've got turning you in and then investigating the whole Titans Arm business. There's
So,
stuff
so
going on
we
with me.
are going. So we are going to Feasmar next, huh?
Most likely.
Well-
if we can help it. I don't see any need to rush to Firegrove. I don't believe any meeting with my father will ever be a good idea, but we've been invited, and I do have questions. But
Knowing
they're
the
not
state
nearly
we're
as
at, knowing the state we're at now, I'd kind of suggest we start, preparing ourselves for that, because, that seems like a pretty monumental thing, because we're basically facing down the actual Dragon Lord.
Yes, I'm not looking forward to it in the slightest, but I do agree.
Yeah, no, I can tell. Chaco's not looking
Lovely.
forward to going back to the Titan's Arm. I'm not looking forward to confronting my sister. I bet Siren's not looking forward to whatever happened to her village.
I mean, I'm
And you're
going
not-
to say this in the most respectful way possible, Flick. I would stab your sister 1,000,000 times before I would attack my father.
Actually, do we have any
Hmm.
leads on her? Is she like following us? Do we know where she's going?
It's at this
She's
point,
not following us.
the door
as far as I'm
actually
aware.
cracks open, and in pops her Adelia. She sticks her head and goes, "Oh,
I thought you were
This
gonna
is-
say in pops his sister.
Yeah, I was like,
oh
"What?"
God!"
That was-
No,
That
Adelia,
was
Adelia
the
sticks her
devil.
head in.
She
and-
killed everyone on the ship.
Speak of the devil, here she is.
She is, and she comes in and she stabs you 1,000,000 times.
Ugh.
Adelia pops her head and goes, "Oh, okay, very good. This is where you've all been. I've been looking around for you. The men are standing, awaiting orders. We were made aware that we were supposed to be moving today. The question has not been answered of where to. Am I interrupting something?
No, you actually have
Uh,
come at a perfect time. Just deciding that.
Ah,
Yeah, so we're
excellent.
just deciding where to go now.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
currently we've got several options.
What do I
So-
feel like that list has grown?
It has.
Ah,
We're going to
What's-
bring Chaiko in, but we don't know if we're doing
what?
that
Yeah.
now. It is my idea,
Everyone-
but I know that it's
Of
not
course
as
it's your
scary as
idea.
that sounds.
Chaiko will wave and go, "Hi, everyone go to Feasmar?"
She actually,
what- hold on.
she considers that for a second, looking almost like blindsided by the question. No, can I say that I have?
Well, that's one of our potential destinations.
Interesting. Where is that?
Do you have a map?
We have one in the navigator's office.
Are we doing
Uh,
that
uh,
after?
Actually, that's a decent looking actual map. That's a good chunk of distance away.
Oh, is there anything on
so
the way?
so-
Because I can tell you with absolute certainty, they're not chasing you to the fucking volcano mountain range if we're passing along the way. Subsequently,
What are we looking at?
getting
I'll-
to Feasmar.
Feasmar.
However you say it, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Before any of this gets any further along, so the restatement of priorities, just so everybody is aware. We were under the understanding that we were coming here to Dr. Vladidovsky. You would make your trip to the Firegrove Valley. We would then leave and resume work elsewhere once a more solid plan came into being. I need to remind you, though now we have the issue of until this issue with Chaiko's supposed criminality comes in, that until that is resolved, that we will have bounty hunters chasing after us.
Yes, and this was precisely where my plan came from.
But I also need to remind you,
Let-
if what you said is correct in this place, Fitzmon is in the Titan's Arm. That will take us directly through Eridanian waters, who are actively hunting us at the moment. Part of the reason I understood that we came over this way is so that we could cool off and avoid some of the heat. So I would advise against going directly that way. So
Oh,
I
you
asked what
raise
the
a good
plan,
point.
what the plan of action is. If you wish to weather that particular risk, I don't see the reason not to. We have a very fast ship. And if we can lose them over the Middle Sea, then all the better. But we still run a very solid risk if we take that chance.
Yeah, we would be cutting it pretty close.
So it sounds like we have more things we could potentially do over this side of the world. If we want to do those things, I would suggest discussing those in detail. For now, though, what should I tell the men?
That our previous plan to go to Firegrove Valley has been changed.
Hold
believe
on.
that is
Hold
true.
on.
Hmm.
Hold
Well,
on.
has it though?
Hold-
Because we're so close to getting there. Why don't we just get
Yeah,
the stuff over here done with, and then we'll go over there?
Can you give us another hour to continue our talks? We'll get back to you in about a minute.
Can do that. I'll tell the men to. If I give them too much more free rein, they're gonna go out and start drinking again. She rubs the bridge of her nose.
Tell them that if they wait for us to make a decision, we will approach them with better drinks than they could get outside of the ship.
Oh, you make a very big promise, considering what is available in the shelves here on Haven.
I have the best kind of drink for them, but they have to be patient.
She gives you like a narrowed eye.
Trust me.
Patience comes to those
I am
who
a woman of
wait.
faith, but even I would be
Good
careful
things
about
come to
making...
those who wait.
I am a woman of faith, but even I know that making dangerous promises to a bunch of roustabout sailors is dangerous.
I can
Well-
agree. From what I can tell you, at the very least, we are not going to be running them around. We just need to make a decision.
Good, because there are men
true.
who have just been hired onto the ship and they are awaiting things to do. So I'll tell them to wait an hour and that they should expect some sort of favor for doing so. Please keep that in mind. I'll go pacify the men. I give you. Oh, and Chaiko.
Yes.
Your follower was looking for you.
You can bring. Tell Kit I'm down here.
I shall do so. 1
Oh,
hour.
and also, do we have, aside from the wonderful drink I have for them, do we have just like grog or beer or something on the ship?
Naturally, we have as
Said
part of the
good.
rations.
All right, understood.
Hmm.
Can we get a shipment of like what do pirates drink? Is it rum?
It's rum, grog. Pretty sure we sometimes get brandy. Maybe the occasional. Actually, no. I think wine's more for the captain and the bosun. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Something stronger than.
A shipment of rum ordered to the ship, please.
Let's see it then. I will.
Thank you.
If you could.
I brought this up with Thick before. I should mention this again. We have enough of a buffer for money, but this is ships are expensive to run, especially with a full crew. I would think about money sooner rather than later.
I've got you.
I'm of the same agreement. If we are close, at least we will be pursued regardless. I believe that is going to happen, but Siren does have a point. That we're very close to Firegrove. And though we may have to deal with them along the way, if we are landing in Vladidovsky, I doubt that anyone is willing to go into the mountains of Firegrove after this woman. And if they do, they are either incredibly motivated or incredibly stupid. I say this because us going here is incredibly stupid.
Let me take care of them.
And I mean, if we have to decide which place we're going first, if it's Firegrove or Fietsman, whichever place we don't go to first, we're going to reap some kind of consequence, right? So if we go to Firegrove, we're probably going to get some people from Fietsman possibly coming after us along the way. But I would argue that that's less scary than whoever Orthos would imagine sending after us because we're taking too long to go see, counsel with him.
I'm going to be entirely honest, I don't think Orthos very much cares. But
How long do dragons live?
Well, considering that we saw an ancient view of the past, and I saw Orthos there a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, this
a
is
look
probably
into the past that
so yeah,
was a look into the past that was roughly 2,000 years ago.
So to him, this is
What-
probably just sort of like what, like a drop in the bucket, basically.
Most likely, yes.
I guess it's
And
fair.
Then again, we would still be
Like-
passing near Aerodyne, but Dilly makes a point. This ship is pretty fast.
The ship is
I
fast,
mean-
yes, but
It just
He
we're also going to
remains-
need stuff for supplies as well.
Oh, if we want protection from Aerodyne on the way to Feedsman, I could, or we could try and find a way to message ahead and say, we're bringing in the fugitive. We have decided to turn her in for the reward, but we need additional protection along the way because people are going to try and take her. Could you send somebody? And then maybe we just have an additional bit of.
then they'll just make the trade when we arrive. We need to make sure we get there.
Listen,
That's true.
let me talk to the not bandits, the mercenaries that are
Mercenaries.
here now,
Bounty hunters.
the bounty hunters. Let me
Well,
talk to them.
but then they're just going to take you
They're-
now.
I know their philosophy is better than most of you. They come from my hometown. Not looking forward to it, but I can try to reason with them. Whether it's, hey, I'm going to do this thing real quick, and then I'm going straight there. You guys can come with us if you want, to make sure
No,
I
I
don't
want
run. They
What?
they
How good is Draco's diplomacy?
very good.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Oh.
checkers are really good.
For as much of a caster as I am, I put a lot of points into talky stuff.
Subsequently, so did I. So I guess if we go together and we explain the situation, it might help.
Well, here's what I'll ask you: is your diplomacy higher than a +7?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm at a plus 16.
Okay.
I'm not a plus
okay.
14.
My diplomacy is a +11.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna be all right. And
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
even mention
Check.
Well,
Cosmos.
I'll
Party.
just leave the party then, because clearly I'm useless to you people.
That's not true.
Listen,
we need somebody to heal us. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, me talk good. Me lie good. Me talk good. Me
Explode.
me scare good.
Fair enough.
I would like to speak to them as well at the very least. Perhaps together all three of us can come to some agreement with these mercenaries if you seek to, well, if you believe at the very least that they can be reasoned with, appealing to their sense of honor.
Better than them chasing willy-nilly and catching us when we're in a difficult situation.
Yes, I do agree.
But before that, are we going to Firegrove or are we going to Feastmont?
Siren holds a good point, as does Adelia. We do want things to die down, and if we cut through Aerodinian waters so swiftly after we've nearly, well, committed such graven sins such as, surviving, then perhaps it would be best for us to simply cut around. It'd be best for us to avoid it for some time. As much as I don't like it, nor can I believe in my saying it, I believe going towards Firegrove Valley may be our best bet for now.
I'm thinking that too.
Could alternatively take the long way around the Gadsrich.
I was thinking the
continent
same thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
take a whole
me too.
year, and we could do
Yeah,
a
we take
fucking
all-
berserk time skip.
I can't wait to
Woo,
sit on
yeah.
that ship and then
I
oh no, that means Randy's
mean,
gonna die along the way. He's gonna die before
Our-
we get
our-
off the ship.
Our DM.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get
Oh,
I'm gonna have to
no.
get my brother to carry on the story for me after I'm dead.
Uh,
Uh,
Anyways,
But
I'm gonna leave him like a sheaf full of half scribbled notes.
and the sheet says, "Karya strong, Fox lies. Good luck."
Fox lies, Arya strong, cat like sword, bark sad.
By the end,
Personally, I
everybody
still-
dies. Anyway,
But yeah, personally, I feel like we shouldn't dive right into Fargo Valley so soon.
That I agree, but I don't know any other options. Then again, Lick, there is also a matter of your sister.
Not just my sister, but also the whole thing with Barafucius.
That's
Something's
true.
going on with him.
Well, I admit I am not as scared as Barafucius as I am my father, let alone that. That's just simply, again, dragon. Scary dragon, man.
Hey, Mr.
Oh.
DM,
Mhm.
I have a very random question. How heavy is the boat, would you say?
Are you about to ask us to carry it through Fire Grove?
No.
Okay, because
Why
I was.
do you want to know how heavy it is?
Because I have a spell that says carry boat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You ever heard of the unique spell called Carry Boat?
No, I can't say I have. It almost sounds like someone made it up.
That's crazy. I sent you a DM.
Are we about to carry the boat along the land?
Actually, if there is a boat,
Of course, I mean it more as a joke. I mean it more as a joke.
Oh,
Are
let
we
me
about to
just
pull-
just for the giggles, let me have a look. Hmm. Oh god.
Trust me, I know the whole.
I gotta do some fucking geometry real quick. Let's see how many people are on the ship. You've got roughly, I want to say like 80 people.
Yeah, no, that already passes. Well, actually,
So most of you guys are
What
between
is-
like 80 to 200 pounds soaking wet. Depending on the person.
Are we about to pull a Werner Herzog and haul this thing over a mountain?
because we're doing how the Vikings do. You just
So
carry
that's
the boat.
already for 80 people, roughly about 12,000 pounds.
yeah.
And that's not including the weight of the actual ship, its cargo, the engine. I'm gonna say too heavy.
Yeah, I had a feeling,
So
but it's a funny question to ask.
what Jules just sent me was just a cutout of the target requirements for the spell Invisibility, which allows you to make an object weighing no more than 100 pounds per level invisible. Meaning a 20th level wizard could make a 2,000 pound object completely invisible. A fully laden ship, I think, kind of exceeds that.
What kind of meta magic rod would double that? I feel like there's a meta magic rod that would do that. 'Cause I know there's a duration one.
Enhanced spell.
Enhanced spell maybe. I could see that.
Enhance is usually
It doesn't really. It. I mean, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter because this is more of a joke thing.
Yeah. Will stop me from thinking about it.
Fair enough. Feel like I could, if I really wanted to. No, it's probably a better spell for this specific thing. Truth be told. Invisibility Sphere would probably be the better spell, but the size, it's only 10 feet. So.
Empower spell would probably be the best one, yeah. It is the one that increases any variable by 50%. Or there's Maximize spell, which increases it maximizes any variables. So see, empower spell. All variable numeric effects of an empowered spell are increased by half, including bonuses to those dice rolls. I would technically consider the pound limit a variable, but that would just bring it up to a maximum of 3,000 pounds. Or in your case, be 450 plus 900, 1,350 pounds. Maximize spell just makes it so that all the dice you would roll on a spell are just always as if they've rolled maximum.
Yeah, to put that into perspective, I think Karia right now can push double that. So we would have a better time actually pushing the boat across land.
You know, I forget the math that was done, but I could create I think it's like tiny poppet. I think with enough spells and money, each one can like lift up to a ton or two. I think something like that. With dumb spell mechanics and rules as written mechanics, I'm pretty sure more than rules that
About
intended.
2,000 pounds.
But-
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I could make poppets right now that can do that. You know what? Actually, let me see.
Really?
That's hysterical.
If I gotta make hold on, let me
Now, obviously, lifting the boat, right? If we're still talking about
Is-
lifting it wouldn't even be unviable if you could make a bunch of those poppets. But we're going through Fire Grove Valley, which is a volcanic mountain range that is like on fire. It'll melt.
yeah.
Aggressively, even.
Be melting.
Also,
Hold on.
I'll be right back, but I'll still be in the chat.
Oh, good.
But I'll still be listening.
Yeah, continue on with whatever. I'll
You say
what's
so. Continuing on. Apparently, Chaco has been she has receded into some sort of thought experiment that has distracted her for the time being. So yeah, the question becomes: pursue Flick's sister, or leads about her, or go straight to Firegrove, or find something else to distract yourselves with, because there's probably no end of trouble to get into on this side of the world that you have not yet discovered.
There's
Wow. Does anybody have anything pressing they would like to bring up? Because it sounds like, well, besides the point of taking the boat with you to, I assume, avoid things like sabotage or attack. Because the question becomes, what are you going to do even if you brought the ship with you?
well, this is no longer, at least for me, no longer about bringing the ship. It's more so about the vision,
Of course.
if that makes sense.
It's a thought
That
experiment.
makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, the thought experiment. Aside from that, though, I think we should actually probably all come together as a group and decide: do we head to Firegrove? Do we find something else, or do we just immediately go and bring Chico in?
Okay, so I looked at it. What's it called? What can 16 strength carry? Like what's the weight lift ratio?
I can just check it for you real quick. It takes like 2 seconds.
All right, so the strength would be 16, and then you triple that.
let's see. What she can carry for a strength score of 16. You can carry comfortably a maximum for a heavy load of 230 pounds.
230 times 3.
Is 68.
That's yeah.
Nice.
Honestly,
Nice.
that's not bad. Honestly.
And then there's the matter of pushing and pulling as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's less fun to think about.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, lift overhead would be the same as your heavy load. Lift off ground is 2 times that. Lift off. It'll be.
Oh my god,
460.
I can make Pikmin.
Pikmin. Those basically, it's Little Big Planet Pikmin.
Yeah,
Same
they can
place.
for some reason lift 600 pound.
Well, they can lift. What do you call it? They can lift. What was it? 460. They can push. I want to say. They can drag or push roughly about 5 times that. Which is a decent amount of weight. No need to think about whether or not the ship would make the trip, but anyway, yeah, question still needs answering. Firegrove or bust? Do you pursue Flick's sister? Do you go straight to Feet Smart? Do you pursue Firegrove? Do you find something else to do? Are all the problems in your life currently too overwhelming to handle?
Yes. Well, also, there is a chance because we'd have to cross Vladislavsky to get to get to Firegrove. There's a chance we may encounter Flick's sister if she's there. Since it seems to be so close to Haven. At this point, we don't know where she is, right?
Nope. All you know is that these are roughly within her stomping grounds.
Right. So, I mean, we could chance it and see if we encounter her there, because then we kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. If we encounter his sister in Vladislavsky, and then we cross it, get to Firegrove Valley and do that stuff, and then we come back the way we came, and go down through Korak again, over to the Mirror Sea, and get to Feetsmarn. That would give also time, like Karya said, for the... Yeah, for us to prepare, but also, like Karya said, for the Aerodyne thing to die down a little bit.
We do probably want to avoid Aerodyne.
I'm back. What we could do is, well, I don't think we're necessarily ready for the Firegrove Valley stuff just yet. I mean, we could still probably like test the waters, so to say, and go there. But what we could do, if we aren't feeling too hot about either the Breen Tycho Inn arc or the Flick arc, we could do kind of like an in-between and just dock in Vladislavsky and just let the heat blow over there, and then test the waters in Firegrove. And if we feel like we're not ready for Firegrove, then we just head back out and then go from there.
That's true. I mean, we'll have to cut through Vladislavsky anyways. We can't just cut through. Like, there is a landmass there, right here at the Bridge of Brine. And you get up to a certain point that we can't even go up any higher. The frozen wall is still there, I believe.
Exactly.
Yep, it is
so
cold enough that
it
the
is
frozen wall
over.
is fully over. It's fully frozen over.
Yeah, so unless we're lucky and we can skirt around the corner of Greenhold to get to Firegrove because it's like lava, I think that we literally would have to, from where we are, most likely land here in Vladidowski because this looks not passable, or uninhabited. Do we know where places exist in Vladidowski?
You yourselves, not particularly. You guys have a decent like global map, but you don't know anything besides where major cities are located. And
Where
none
would
of
a
you are
major
from
city-
Vladidowski or have proven yourselves to know very much about it.
This-
So that may be something you might have to inquire about when you actually get there.
Or at least do we know where the main city in Vladidowski? Could you like mark it?
Sure, it's somewhere more along the lines of here.
Okay, so right under the D.
Yeah. And yes,
Well,
right
that's
on the-
close enough.
And the nearest port city, like the major port city, would be roughly here.
Okay, well that's perfect. Being ahead of from Haven, and at the very least we can see what's going on. I think that's a good idea, Flick. I
Yeah.
think that us heading over, going to Vladidowski's port, and then seeing what we can do about the capital, get some information about Fire Grove before we even go
Yeah.
there, and at least help us. We can also go on. We're halfway there, because living on a prayer is right there.
Yeah.
And you know a few people who come from there.
So
Yeah.
you mean Squidward on a chair?
You might also, if you're really lucky, see your old pal, the elf. You know, maybe.
Hey, good question. What's this place?
It's a good question. That was a mapping error. Because the way that Wonder Draft works is when you go to do all this like color and border delineation, is you actually you dot the lines around the different sections of land you want to isolate, and you do it nation by nation, and any land that is left over that you haven't painted, well, technically it shouldn't allow you to leave any land unpainted, but for some reason that fell through the crack, and it just, for some reason, that ended up as a completely blank bit of no man's land. So it fell through the cracks, literally.
It's contested territory. Ooh.
Ooh, maybe it is some hotly contested territory between the Livinona Goblinoids and the Vladidovskians.
It's the Goblin Demilitarized Zone.
Oh no.
Actually, let's head to that spot. Surely nothing bad can.
We
Oh,
head
surely nothing
there.
bad can happen.
It's
Between the Cossacks and the Hobgoblin, the Goblin Hillbillies, yeah, you definitely want to get mixed in with that.
it's like a combat zone from Cyberpunk. It's like a
The
yeah,
land
it's like
was
it's Goblin
Badass.
Pacifica from Cyberpunk.
Oh god. So, yeah, it's even more hazardous than Fire Grove. Anyway. So far the plan sounds like go to Vladidowski, fuck around in Fire Grove Valley, find out a little bit, see whether or not you feel comfortable going any further with that. And see if trouble comes to you in Vladidowski.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plan to me.
Yep,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
fine.
because
I'm fine with that.
because personally I feel like the whole Fire Grove situation can be saved for later.
Good.
Yes.
Yes.
I personally
Yeah.
think we're ready, and I'm only saying that because I'm looking at my spells, and holy shit, clerics get a lot of. I'm just gonna go ahead and negate this type of damage type shit.
Oh yeah, they do.
I think we can handle the heat. We're spicy, we're hot and steaming and smoky. We got this.
We don't want to be any of those things when we go to the Dragon of Fire-Breathing Death. But that's okay.
Pre-seasoning.
We are meat that
Seasonings.
can be seasoned.
But you're seasoned
All right,
adventurers.
and then how much longer is session going for? I think we're almost done.
Well,
if I
soon.
recall
We'll be done
correctly.
soon.
All right. Because what I'm going to ask then is,
So make a trap where you guys are battered. Right.
Oh,
Hey, you better use good breadcrumbs.
Battered and breaded. That's it. Yes, that's what I was going for. The Brian comes from when you face
But,
the dragon.
But then the next thing that I'll ask is, all right, who wants to make a very bad decision with me and go meet those bounty hunters?
I'm
So
going. And I
I'm
think Flick should
going.
go.
I'll go. I'm the captain.
Sounds like a
okay,
crew decision.
Chico and her posse.
This town.
Chico
ain't
has
really-
scary healer privilege. Gets
Yes,
to walk around and feel safe because of me, not because of any of these
Siren-
guys.
Siren, unless otherwise stated, is about as threatening as a Pomeranian made of cotton candy.
You say that, but I've pointed at people and they've evaporated.
Send them to hell.
Every single one of them has deserved it.
Even
Yes.
hey,
now.
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
No, Chico's not even brought into question. It's just even Mallory, but not Chico. But yes,
Taco's
Taco's
done nothing
mad.
wrong.
sure. That's what's being discussed. I do love the fact that
That's what she's
the discussion went from did you kill those people to it's okay. If you killed those people, you would probably kill yourself. Not taking into no suspicion directed to the whole thing, like, oh, I completely blacked out and apparently everybody died after that. No suspicion towards that whatsoever. No hesitations. Just we believe you. And if it really turns out you did kill all of them, here, one bullet left in the chamber
Kill
for you.
yourself.
You know what? I'll make sure to use that bullet well.
It's just like, it's okay. You got one last grenade on you at all times. Chico is like the
Listen.
last, like one of those last survivors in a zombie flick where he's left in a room full of zombies with a single grenade, except all the zombies represent all of her terrible decisions and all the things in her past that have come back to haunt her.
Hey, we don't know if those zombies are real or not.
You're right. Most zombies are allegorical. Anyway,
Listen,
as a
I won't
I'm
deny.
gonna
I
ask.
won't. I won't deny. 1 to 3 of those zombies may be real. The other ones, hypothetical.
One of those
I-
zombies might
most
be
of the
real.
zombies are like phantasmal. 1 to 3 of them could be actual. Does she want to take the chance? Speaking of things in your past coming back to bite you, there's a knock at the door.
God, it's been an hour already.
And then
Sure.
in comes Flick's sister and stabs him 1 million times. Haha, on guard. No.
I knew it.
Well,
Spanish guitar plays in the background.
Oh.
But it
No,
mi
it's-
familia et tu.
You can't.
In walks a wolf
dare.
with 2 sickles. Anyway, Jules gets
Bro,
the
he's
joke.
hot.
Of course, you would say that. Actually, no, I was expecting June to say that. Anyway,
Yeah, June would say that. Well, June, we
June
never
would.
watched the movie, but I know about it.
she must. Anyway,
Honestly, it's
Uh,
a pretty good movie.
it is a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
It's especially good for being a Shrek movie of all things.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yes, in walks Kit. Sensing, despite her otherwise somewhat stunted social skills, sensing the tension in the air, she does cast her vulpine glance across the group, and then kind of pads over towards where Chico is, and takes up a position next to her, looking up to her, and says, I have been searching for you, Crater. Are you
Hey, kid.
faring okay?
Why wouldn't I be? Why wouldn't I?
You seem unwell.
I'm about as well as I am any other day.
I misunderstood that. I have been experimenting
Anyway.
with the new forge. I have been polishing tools and preparing for any further work that needs doing. And I've been organizing the new list of spells for incorporation.
Now that's great to hear. Now I have one thing to ask you.
Yes, Critter?
You wish to go on a little field trip with us?
Field trip?
Yeah, we're gonna we're gonna go meet some folks who might be a bit mad at me.
I see. Wherever you go, I will go.
Alright, gang, we got +1. And everyone wants to go meet those bounty hunters. Let's
For the sake of it, I won't bring Vair. I feel like that seems incredibly threatening.
Yes.
imagine we all
No,
just
knowing, I will say, Chaiko knowing what she knows, that might be a bad idea for a different reason.
On the contrary, Siren is going to put on her tough face.
Oh, good. A -1 to persuasion.
minus
Oh,
one
wow.
to
-1 to
intimidate.
Siren puts on her war
Intimidation.
paint. It sparkles.
Nah, she's going to puff her chest out and she's going to, like bring up her shoulders a little bit so she looks a little broader, and she's going to look real tough in the face, real mean, like she's a hardened soldier or something. Like, I seen some shit. Yeah, you want to
Zero
see the
looks
stuff
like
that
an
I've
angry
seen?
chipmunk.
I still hear the voices.
This is what immediately came into my head.
I gotta.
In covering you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I am sorry if that is demeaning.
Okay. Listen, I walk a little tougher than that, and I look a little tougher than that.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Oh, hello. Welcome in. You're coming in just as we're finishing up. But thank you for swinging by anyway. Yes. So with some plans set in motion, and your next intention is confronting the bounty hunters. I think now that especially it is about 10 past midnight for me and the other Europeans, or in this case, other European, we will start wrapping things up. What a tense episode. Yes, I'm very sorry, Betairfly. You came in just as we were wrapping things up. We just
we were
about hit
ending.
the roughly the 4-hour mark is when we tend to finish things, which unfortunately is not always best for folks viewing from the U.S. side of things. I do apologize.
Come back next week.
No.
Come
No,
back next
no,
Saturday.
Yeah, come back next
Um,
week.
Yeah. Also, that's what the VODs are for, I guess. But yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you're German. Oh, lovely. In which case, it will be like late evening by the time we start. We usually start 8 o'clock and finish up around midnight. Lovely. I'm German too, though I don't sound it. I am told this on many occasions. But yes.
Although you have to be hello, dankeschön. Like, you don't have to be
Hallo,
stereotypical.
willkommen in mein Spiel-Session. No, you playing your own session
Hey.
since it? Oh, that's wonderful. Yes. Herzlich willkommen. It's always nice to have another German here. I'm sorry you came in just as we were finishing up. But sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles and how the dice fall. That said, if you wanna swing by next week, or you wanna watch the VOD, or you're the limit of your interaction with us, I hold no offense to that. I still hope you have a lovely weekend.
Indeed. Welcome on in, and hopefully we'll see
Yes.
you
Well, all the same. Welcome on in. Take a seat. Kick your feet up. Always glad to have fresh blood and a new face here. But yes. All right. yeah, that leaves us with an actionable plan for next time. Nobody's going to die. I'm certain of it. Totally.
Hey, I have
Check
a
how many
magic
sharks
keyword
are in
that
the
keeps
water.
me. I have a magical keyword that keeps me safe.
No, it doesn't. It
No, it doesn't.
detonates you. And
It
the people
explodes
around
you and everybody within 30 feet of you. Sorry, 20 feet. Grim says, I try and loiter in
I
the
could've-
folk, and for the folk I know, and to annoy the fox. It sounds about right.
Yeah, I
Uh,
always saw fireballs was 30 feet. Has they always been 20 feet?
I think in Pathfinder it's 20 feet. I know it's a common thing
You
to
know,
fix
yeah.
up because I'm pretty sure in 5e it's 30 feet.
That would be it then. I know in Pathfinder it's 20 feet, but like it's always felt wrong.
Yeah,
I
no,
always could've
because
sworn it
usually
was
for things like that,
30
it's
feet.
a 30-foot radius on a lot of spells like that. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it's been 20 feet for the longest time. It's 5th edition that made it 30 feet. I'm fairly sure. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys very much for being here. Thank you for playing. Thank you for those who swung by, and those who stayed, and those who didn't. I love you all very, very much. I wish you all a happy weekend. And for those of you celebrating Christmas or any of the other winter holidays, whether it's Hanukkah, whether it's any number of denominations, still a fan of defenestrating sphere. That's a very niche use spell. Alternatively, it is just a ball bearing you throw at someone's face so they stumble back out a window.
Hey, have you ever heard of a spell called Carry Boat?
I have now.
I love that one.
Yeah,
I love
it's-
that spell.
It goes big man.
It comes
Um,
in the clutch so many times.
That's your,
Would you
that's your,
consider
that's your
the
verbal
boat
component.
a living creature?
Yes. Yes. To those of you who depending on how things go, because looking at it, Christmas will be midweek in a couple of weeks. New Year's
Yes.
will be a Thursday. I'm still more or less going to assume, rather than assume everybody's going to be good to go. People are going to be like occupied by the holidays unless said otherwise. So if I don't see you, if we don't have session in the coming weekends, or if we do and I don't see you guys, all the same, I love you very much. I wish you happy holidays all around. And if you don't celebrate them, that's fine too. I just wish you good health, happiness, and fulfillment as much as I can. Something I think we all strive for. But yes, in the here and now, thank you for being here. I'll see you next time.
Indeed, and thank
See you when I
for
see
now.
you.
Yeah.
Take care of yourselves.
Or-
And with that,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Bye.